everyone, welcome back to the Reborn DevCom Let's Play. I'm joined today by Azzie, who is a writer who joined us in the post-game phase of development and also currently the co-admin of the main community. Azzie, do you want to introduce yourself beyond that?
I think you pretty much covered it. It's really nice to be here, and it's really nice to catch up with the game and how the stream is going, because I haven't been able to catch up on the last few streams.
Yeah.
So it's neat to see how things are going.
I know you're always internet limited and stuff, or has it just been life? Baby.
Oh, it's just been life.
Oh, you know
pretty
what?
Much.
The cat is making a ruckus right now because I forgot to feed her. Azzie,
dear.
could you entertain the chat for a few minutes while I take care of that?
Sure. I wish that I could show the camera at my dog, who is laying next to me right now. But rest assured, she is sitting here being very cute. Lissa, no. I will make Ame lose all her subscribers. Okay, but legit, you guys should go play Nexamon. It's on sale right now, and it is very good. Especially play the second one. I have been slowly dragging more people down the rabbit hole with me, just from pure inability to shut up. By the way, for future viewers, me doing this is Marcello's fault. Nexamon is a monster taming series that is sort of like Pokemon, but it takes itself less seriously. And it has pretty interesting plot. Yeah, you are so valid. Oh, me too! I may have made high-pitched noises only audible to dogs when the third game was announced and the trailer was there. Hello, I did my best to entertain everybody. I don't know how much I succeeded.
No, I said sounds like you did great. Thank you. Sorry to put you on the spot like that. I knew there was something worries. I forgot before stream because I had 10 minutes and I'm like, wait, am I caught up? No, I was so behind at start. What did I forget? It's probably not the only thing I forgot, but I've gotten it. Thank you.
Is she happy now?
Oh yes, she is. She is doing a munch. Here, hold on. Let's see if we can. Yeah. Hi. No, you're supposed to be cute and eating. There we go. No idea what that white thing is. That looks like a piece of paper, I guess. But yeah, she's eaten.
She is a good baby.
Yeah, she is. So first up, we have the easy one is a trade. Somewhere, I don't remember where. It's one of these houses, right? Oh, wolf bark. Hi, Bella.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I will shut my door so that she does not do that. I honestly have no idea what she's barking at.
Well, this isn't the quest I expected to find, but please, thank you. Hello, Carvade.
She is a very good girl. Hello.
Oh, did I already flash? Does TMX auto flash? Is that what that is? Okay. So I'll just take a couple screenshots here for my posterity. Since I don't
I think I actually never did do this quest in my files, so I should probably do that sometime.
It'll be there.
I knew how, I just forgot.
Yeah, I understand.
And Torchic was my starter, so I didn't need it for the starter quest.
Oh yeah, definitely. Easy then. Oh, I can see my own captions. That's interesting. Good to know. You thought this would be the Darkrai room. Goddamn. That's intense. Alright. Anyway, it's too creepy, so I'm going back to my room. Alright, which floor did I put the trade in? It's definitely one of these, right? I'm not crazy, right? I make this game, right?
Yeah,
Azzie, do you know?
Which trade?
For whatever the last starter is. I think it's gang dependent. I thought it was top right.
I cannot remember.
Ah, yes, it's here.
Oh,
I found
there
it.
you go.
I need a basculin. I really tried to get, like, all of these forgotten Pokemon, like Basculin, granted pre-Gen 9, Delibird, etc. I tried to make sure that, you know, every Mon has...
Got some love.
Yeah, somewhat of a place in the game, even if it's just to be traded away for something better. Like Love Disc, etc. So I really tried to make as many trades as possible for these forgotten Mons.
Why are you using Repel in the city?
People are scary.
You know what? That is so valid.
Alright, das ist Nitten. We still have the trade names in all caps or something, which is a holdover from base essentials that I didn't end up fixing. So Azzie, how did you first hear about Reborn?
The first I actually heard about Reborn was from an old friend on Twitter. He was playing. I think he was looking for new Pokemon games to play, and he was playing, and I wasn't really super interested in any of it because I never played any fan games or anything.
Mm-hmm.
And then he posted the inside of the Sweet Kiss candy shop with its rainbow floor.
Oh, that's what did it? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I mistook it for the inside of the Pokemon Center, and I thought, oh my gosh, this game has the coolest Pokemon Centers ever. I have to give it a try. So that's how I first did it. I started playing Lost to Julia. Figured, okay, this is not an Azzie speed game, and forgot about it for a couple years until I got bored and decided to try again, and I'm so glad I did.
Yeah, I'm so glad you did too. Wow, I agree with Apophel. That is the Azziest story.
I actually have tried to find that tweet to like send to my friend and say, you did this and you did not know what of a rabbit hole you were sending me down. But I think he deleted it, so it was a long time ago.
This game does have the coolest Pokemon centers, but not till Krim revamped them.
Yeah, they're gorgeous.
That's true. Hey, guys who make this game, isn't there supposed to be a guy here now? Now that I've beaten Hardy?
I don't think it's here.
Am I crazy? I thought it was...
I thought it was like I can't remember there being snow on the screen in the place. Like, maybe is he down there somewhere?
Oh, I have to talk to him in Agate. Got it.
Oh, okay.
I did this. Thanks. Thank you, everybody who makes this game. Oh, there. Oh, no. Oh, I didn't think about this.
Have you done this puzzle yet, Ame?
No, I haven't.
Oh, dear.
So here's the thing. I made this, but this puzzle was so easy to make because it's just math stuff, right? Anything that's mathematical is going to be very friendly for code. That's true of the prime number puzzle in the tree in post game, and that's true of...
Love that puzzle.
I'm glad. That's true of the Giratina color puzzle, which I understand that a lot of people do not love, but that is ultimately still just math. We just equate the colors to values. This was so easy to make, Magic Squares was, because it is just each spot has a value. We add the values up. If they're correct, boom, puzzle solved. Oh, I'm glad to hear people say that about the Giratina one. I like that one, but it's been very frustrating for a lot of people. But see, when I made Magic Squares, here, let me talk to her. This stupid thing. Oh, I didn't hear anyone come in. Blame it on me being just a little frustrated with this old piece of trash. Where are my manners, or whatever? Name's Serena. I'm the property manager here in Agate City. I know what you did for the city, and I appreciate that. Seriously, I have no intentions to sleep again for the next 7 years. And at the rate this is going, that's not an exaggeration. Do you care? Wait, how I... Kind of you. Then let me explain. I'm kind of new to the job, took over after the last property manager had an accident in Reborn City. That was before the renovation, so what else would you expect if you frequent that place? Anyway, I've been checking over all the records and such, mind-numbingly boring, by the way. For whatever reason, this address alone is missing all of its documentation. There's no indication whatsoever as to who the owner is, when it was sold, or what its standing is, so I came here to check it out. And as you can see, lived in would be a generous summary of its condition. I don't think anyone stayed here for years. Saw this little piece of trash over here and thought I could figure out who the place belonged to if I poked around. That was my first mistake. This thing needs a password. Looks like 6 digits. I'd say I don't have a clue what it is, but that's not quite true. The one clue I have is this, a Team Meteor logo on the bottom of the screen. I've already combed this place and there's nothing to tell me what it is. For better or worse, I'm not too willing to get mixed up with Team Meteor to find out more either. I'm thinking that's where you come in. I see you've got one of Meteor's ID cards there. I won't ask questions because I know you're on the right side, but if you can think of anywhere that card could get you into, maybe there'll be a hint there as to whoever owns this heap. I've tried brute forcing the password, but that's going to take for goddamn ever. Still more interesting than the rest of my paperwork though, so, I'll be around. Swing by if you find anything. So the thing about Magic Square is I made the puzzle and I wasn't sure if it was solvable. So I do I say this? It's a funny. I was like, I went to the person I was dating at the time. I went to my boyfriend at the time, and I was like, I will reward you with intimacy if you can solve this puzzle.
I did not know this story.
He could not solve the puzzle. He tried for like 2 hours. Yes, this is Paul's house. So the next try was, I went to March and I'm like, hey, I made this puzzle. I don't know if this is solvable, but you're good at math. Do you know if this is like theoretically solvable from a mathematical standpoint? And March didn't have a concise answer to that, but what March did was write a program that makes random moves infinitely on a simulation of the puzzle. And see if that eventually solved it. And it took, several million random moves, but it did turn out to be solvable. They also provided me with, if we start with a valid starting solution and then work backwards a little bit, they said, I think I've scrambled this to a point where this looks very difficult. But it is actually 4 moves away from the solution. And so that became the default branch solution. We made that one by starting at the end and working backwards. The original branch solution is now only if you save Saphira, because this is a puzzle that Lynn is making to fuck with you. So if you save Saphira, then Laura spills the deets on Lynn, and Lynn's just going to be a little bit meaner to you. That's the connection there. So the Saphira branch solution, which is the one that I'm on, by the way, I believe, if I remember correctly, and I probably don't because I haven't looked at Cass's video or anything, I believe it is about 16 steps to solve. Like 16
that sounds about right.
Yeah. So it's a difference of 4 and 16. Unfortunately, that means that it's a lot less feasible to just kind of luck your way into from the starting position. Somebody asked about Cass uploading the guide. Cass did not upload the guide for any particular reason, I believe, other than people kept asking for help. And to Cass, who is fucking really intelligent, this puzzle is baby mode. She looks at this and solves it in 5 minutes on her first try. So there are some people who really like this puzzle.
Thank goodness for her for that, because I would still be stuck on it.
I know, right? So I think this is just like, if this kind of mentally clicks with you. There are some people who hate this and get stuck on it for hours. There are some people who will solve it in a matter of minutes. This reminds me of Sudoku. Yeah, it's kind of similar. It's Sudoku, but the mechanism to move it is almost more like Rubik's Cube. You've never done a magic square before this? Yeah. So here's the problem, though. I'm one of the people that can't solve this, and my plan was to have Cass here, and be like, "Hey, Cass, do you want to demonstrate how you can just kind of wing this solution?" Hi, Kirby. Welcome.
Hello.
And the problem with that is that Cass is currently trying to sleep. So I can't do that right now. I would have to... Here's what we'll do. Firstly, we're gonna find our hiker, so we don't forget that. Here he is. Huh? Oh, I must have fallen asleep. I was still supposed to go on a hike to Route 4 and meet my friend. Huh? It's been how long? Gosh, I guess I totally stood him up. Well, I'll just go myself anyway. Okay.
As long as it isn't very much suffering, because you don't deserve that.
Oh, thank you. See, this you guys see Azzie is just the sweetest heart around. She's
No, that would
very
be
nice. She's doing it again. We get to see you suffering every time you see a tile error. That's true, but this is a different brand of suffering. I think there are people out there who will find this cathartic, so I consider it my moral imperative to not deny them that catharsis. You kind of want to get to Laboratoria because of the funny trauma boss. I could always leave it for later. So sweet it was the candy shop she came for. Sing!
I really did think that was the Pokemon Center.
Given the way that Evertree game that I just showed you yesterday or whatever, given the way you just latched on to, oh my gosh, what is that? I can totally imagine that happening.
It is really cute, and I'm really hoping it goes on sale on Switch soon so that I can actually get it.
Yeah, yeah.
Also, hello, Anamag.
Hello. Oh, I forgot you battled this guy. Well, I'm probably ready. Ame, which is your favorite pulse fight and which is your least? My least is probably Avalug, because that one's always really boring and I haven't been able to find a way to make that interesting. My favorite is probably the aforementioned upcoming trauma fight.
Oh, that's the one they met.
I assume so anyway.
I could think of about 4 different characters / pulses that it could be, so I didn't know.
Azzie, do you want to talk about how you first came to join the dev team while I'm finding this person?
Sure. Well, it was during the development of episode 19, and I think things were sort of starting to wrap up, but I was talking to Krim, who's a very wonderful person, and they're probably going to be on stream at some point.
Yeah, we're hoping for next week. That's not set in stone.
Well, let's hope. But I was talking to them, and they told me that they had been brought on board to do some of the tile work and just generally help out. And I thought, oh, I mean, if they still need help, maybe I'll see if I can help. I was not expecting Ame to actually say yes. But I was very happy to be able to help, and I just basically offered to do whatever was like busy work that Ame didn't want to do, just to speed things up and make it easier for her.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope I was able to remove some of that. I did manage to get all of the battle tower dialogue, or battle pavilion, dialogue. Mm-hmm. Changed up, and that was actually fun. I had fun putting little stories in there. So
I've got to say, I'm so glad that I let you do that, because I haven't looked through a lot of that dialogue in detail, but that means that every time I go into the battle tower, or battle pavilion or whatever, I'll see some random tidbit of dialogue that I hadn't seen before, and I'm just like, oh, that's nice, Azzie, you did good, and it just makes me smile every time.
Aw, thank you.
So yeah, Azzie handled a lot of the writing for post-game in the nightclub specifically, because there is so much. I know there are some people that feel like not all of the characters react to everything that they ought to, which is partly because we were running out of switches for each character.
Yeah, we were really running out of switches.
without making it super convoluted in any way. And those events are a mess. But like there is because it's such a wide cast, there is so much dialogue. Krim helped out with that a bit too. I did some at start,
Yeah.
but mostly Azzie handled that and the Battle Tower dialogue, and that was a huge help just for me to not have to worry about it.
Well, I'm very glad I was able to help.
For sure. No, I appreciate you a lot.
I appreciate you giving me the chance.
All right. So we have to feed Altaria Pokesnacks so that it stops singing. And
I love this puzzle. It's so cute.
yeah, I wish I'd kind of done more stuff like this because I thought it was fun. My throw's gotten a lot stronger lately. Throws change their belt as they rank up, but it hasn't had the opportunity to do so. You have a black belt even now. So you have to move throw over here so that it's in the way of Como, and then we give Golem a Pokesnacks so that it gets very happy and gets out of control. And it's going to roll on Como's tail. Como gets mad. It picks a fight with Throw. Throw throws it, knocks Rhyperior down, which creates Rock Climb. My goodness, what happened to you all? Oof. If everyone's gotten like this, I guess it's about time to pack up and head back. Sorry for the disturbance, friend. I'll see you around. Tried to light that tree on fire. Alright. Now, that rock climb is actually a secret map transition because I can't make different like patches of grass within a single map have different encounters, and I wanted over here to specifically be a unique encounter that could only be unlocked by doing that little interaction puzzle.
I spent way too long in this area leveling up my Pokemon because by the end of the game I had about half a box full of teammates, and that was what I called my team. So a lot of time, especially before episode 19, I spent here leveling everybody up.
Azzie, what is your favorite sequence in the game?
Okay, that is actually a pretty hard question. I really love the Glass Factory and Gauntlet and that general sequence. I think it's a really great example of storytelling. And I like some post-game things that I'm not going to say because spoilers. I'm probably biased, but I also really like the Tourmaline section because I think it is funny and cute. There's a lot of sequences that I like. There's another one that we may actually even get to in this episode that I really love.
Ooh. Which one?
It is a side quest.
Okay.
In
the painful
Labrador
one?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm looking
Again,
forward to
great
that
example of storytelling. My favorite Pokemon is Shaman Land form. It is Baby.
And that's with an IE, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Although I have a close second that has been coming up. I don't know if I should say, like, if anyone's been watching the Scarlet and Violet trailers for the DLC, the last Mon shown in the last trailer is, like, coming up because it is so cool. I love it.
I actually don't know that one.
The turtle.
Oh, that. I did see that. Yeah, that does.
I think I still have him.
Who are you? Get away! So I don't know the reference for this character because this is one of those NPCs that I left up to another team member, Kanaya, to create, but I believe this is a reference to... Fuck, I've forgotten the name of it. It's like the Chronicles of something. It's like...
Narnia?
No. It's, I would know that one. I've read Narnia.
I thought you might, but, like... it was the first thing I thought of.
The name Mermina is from it. It's God, oh, this is going to... Wayhaven! Yes, thank you! Goblin! Yes, it's Wayhaven Chronicles.
Okay, for some reason I named my Snivy Jasmine. I don't know why.
Wow, that did no damage, and I wasn't counting on this having freeze dry. Wayhaven Chronicles, that's it. Pain. Power Punch should kill here, right?
Yeah, Psionic, that was probably my thought process at the time.
Why is this the second version? We had to breed for egg moves. I forgot about that. Yeah. So when we first made this NPC, that Lapras had like 1,000,000 HP because of a typo.
Oh dear.
Alright, I just kill this, right? I don't know if Drain Punch one-hit KOs, but I think Return should. Sash!
Because Lissa loves you.
Sash! I should have Drain Punched.
Oops.
I don't have a lot of good answers for a fire type. Does it have Flash Fire or Drought? Great. Probably should have just set up Calm Mind there, but I think that she also has a... I want to say she has a Steel type? You know, if only I had a normal type to switch into this. Wouldn't that be nice?
Were you not allowed to use items in this run?
Correct.
Oh, okay. Then that is yikes.
I'm sorry, Odd, I'm gonna sack. Okay, I was expecting Shadow Ball, but... At least I can get Aurora Veil, right? I cannot get Aurora. I thought it would be faster. I'm a fool. I make this game? Wow, what? That's faster than...
Yeah, that was hilarious with the Tangros.
Oh, I forgot about that. How did we
Me
do
too.
that? Do I just lose to this Gengar? It's like 110. Yeah, it shouldn't be that fast. She's properly EV trained. Isn't Typhlosion like 109? God, I lose to this Gengar. I just straight up lose. Wait, Nature
Oh
Power.
dear.
I should have done that before. I forgot priority Nature Power. I am so fucking dead. Miss your Meteor Mash. Miss your Meteor Mash. Miss your Meteor Mash. Miss your then Headbutt. I ain't missing that. Okay, so here's the plan, right? Right, Nature Power, Discharge, full paralyzed.
Good luck.
Oh no, I hadn't saved! You know what it was? I was so waylaid by having forgotten the name Wayhaven Chronicles that I just like mentally stopped and forgot to save. I just saved, right?
You're on speed up, I couldn't tell.
I'm gonna say yes. Look at that crit, that's so rude. Alright, but we can do this, and we have Aurora Veil. So I know this time.
Wow, that sure is some defense.
It is. Did I forget to Mega? I forgot to Mega.
Yeah.
That's why it's defense. Okay, why are you here? Earthquake, Zen Headbutt. I don't think I one-shot this. Surely we outspeed. We can tank Zed headbutt and outspeed, right? Especially if it misses.
Nice
That's the
miss.
best tank of all.
Yay!
Well, Filthy did what it needed to. Goodbye, Filthy. Oh, just crit. Easy. I'm sorry, I had no faith. That is unfortunate.
A little bit.
God, that Dazzling Gleam means I can't use Lissa for that either. I don't have Gear Grind this time, which frankly would probably kill. But maybe we'll get the Paralyze.
Maybe a Paralyze.
Yeah. Maybe I'll...
Oops. That Gengar is very rude.
It is. But I actually know that I survive an attack here, so I can just extra sensory. Azzie, did you answer favorite character, and why is it 5 separate characters? Asks Lissa.
Oh, no, I did not. And 5, that's a small estimate. I can never pick just one favorite character because honestly it depends on how I'm feeling. I love so many different characters for so many different reasons. I love Radimus because he's funny and like kind of an Azzie beat character in terms of just being all mysterious and kind of sad and needs a hug but also not like also needs to try and be better. I love all of the kids because they are baby. And I want to protect them. I love Taka because he also needs a hug. If a character needs a hug, I will love them, basically. Or if a character is really funny. Yeah, it would probably bug them, but that's the beauty of them being fictional. I can imagine I'm giving them a hug without bothering them. Ace is very funny. I love them. Terra, I love Terra. Terra is... You would not think that I would love Terra, but I really do.
I mean, you started playing this game for the Rainbow Candy Shop, so...
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, in fairness, I mostly love Terra for reasons we haven't seen that much of yet. But, I mean, even without that, she is just very funny. And also, as I forgot to respond to this, but when you said everybody needs a hug in Reborn, you're right. That's why I can never pick a favorite character.
Have you tried I think there's a mod to be able to hug characters.
I had not. I want it. I did not. I think I heard about it, and I forgot to go check it out. I should still do that. Yeah, no, he doesn't really need a hug. He kind of needs a kick in the butt. But, like, I like him as a character because he's like one of the few characters that doesn't have any real, like... He's just fun to hate, basically.
Yeah. One of the acceptable punching bags. Hi, Violent Gumby, by the way. Welcome.
Hello. Also, I like him for the mall cop memes.
Those are good memes. You again? How did you find me? This is supposed to be Caroline's secret place. Only her closest friends knew how to get in. Wait, are you friends with Caroline? Oh, I should have gotten the picture before. I actually don't know if I can get the picture before. Prove it. Show something of hers. Alright, we'll be right back.
Okay.
Like, in-game. He would be better with a mustache to twirl. Oh, that Dragon Tamer Monthly thing is something I removed from before. So the Dragon Tamer Monthly was a joke in the past in the community about Saphira doing pin-up magazines. However, like that was a community joke, so I put it in. I ended up removing it because for people who didn't know that was just a joke, it was like taken as an earnest part of her character, and I feel like that's incredibly inappropriate for Saphira for reasons that we're going to get to later in the stream. So I removed it, but I still left the Dragon Tamer Monthly reference there without the content of it, as a nod to that being in the past. Yeah, it is really weird with her arc, right? Yeah.
But she can still be like a super powerful dragon tamer that
Exactly.
gets recognized for being cool.
Exactly, yeah. That picture. Give it to me, please. Thank you. Where did you get this? I stole it from her house. But I never believed it was her fault. There was a man watching them, following them. I tried to warn them. I tried to stop him, but in the end, you know. Afterwards, I thought I might be next. It's been in the back of my head every single day ever since. When I woke up and realized Team Meteor was crawling all over Agate, I bolted as fast as I could. And you know the rest. I'm sorry for the trouble. This room used to be a place for Caroline and me to get away from everything. You know, I'm just gonna let the bi-curious implications slide on by there.
Just gals being pals.
Exactly. Alright. Is that everybody? No, I need to get rewards from B, I think. Did we already do that, Lissa? I think we've cleared the number for Froki, which is what matters.
Hi, Aqua Mirror. I'm Azzie. I did some writing in the post game. Nice to meet you.
Good day. I see you have a Pokédex handy there, right? I'm trying to do them all.
Since when were some of the light shards silver? I don't remember that.
That is a white shard. It's for skipping puzzles that have already been completed
Oh,
on a specific on a previous save data.
Oh, that's cool.
So, like, if you do the dex once, you don't have to do it again. Froki,
I would never skip the Victory Road puzzles. Those spark so much joy.
I appreciate that. Just which ones stand out? I'm curious. Because the ones that stand out are probably the more egregious ones naturally. VR. Is that like the minecarts or Emerald Amethyst? Oh, okay. See, I chose not to white shard those because I feel like those are more in the execution. So they're not as mind-numbing to do as something that like requires tedious inputs. Route 2, okay, yep, that one's at the top of my list. Ice Beam, let's go. So you can't really see it because of the red lighting here, but there is a bit of blood splatter on this table. This is where Ark had his operation.
Was not aware of that.
Sirius is not very clean about it. Personnel roster Volume 2. Blake Whitaker, Canis Major. Cal Whitaker, Canis Minor. Corey Molinar. Borealis, Ace, Nashira. Paul Clark, Sirius. Thomas Van Hennen, Andromeda. Lynn, Absolute. A note is slipped in between the pages. You might enjoy the extra challenge. Consider it a distraction. I'm going to consider it some suffering. Alright. Okay, team. I don't want to stall stream out for too long, so we are going to do this for 15 minutes. Alright? I'm going to
believe in you.
Try to solve it in that time, but I'm not gonna... Yes, his name is actually Paul Clark. Each line through the center on both 3x3 grids must add up to 15. Lines count horizontally, vertically, and diagonally, except the center. No two numbers can be in the same position on each side. This was a very fun puzzle to make and animate. Alright.
Yeah, fun fact. Do you mind if I tell them how Paul Clark's name came to be? Because I think it was very funny.
Yeah, please tell them. I barely remember.
Basically, there was a conversation one night where a number of us were going over what different characters' code names should be. And someone, I can't remember who, it may have been Azzie, said that it would be really funny if his name was like the most boring, ordinary name possible to make up for him being so extra. So, and everyone ended up coming up with Paul Clark.
That was a good fucking idea.
I agree very much. It was either Az or Krim that came up with the idea, but I love it so much.
Okay, we need...
I'm pretty sure you were there at least, Az. You may not have been the one to come up with it, but I could check, but I don't want to crash Discord with streams and stuff up.
That's not what I meant to do.
No, you know what? I'm going to look. I will check.
Okay. If you crash, we'll always remember you.
Yay. Name a shaman in my honor.
I will.
That's a joke name.
Let's see. We need to switch a 1 with a 6. That was not what I meant to do. There we go. And then...
Okay, actually it was Ame's idea to have a super boring name, and she came up with Paul, and I believe... Oh! There were some interesting names brought up with, but...
Whoa, tell us the rejects.
Well, the first name on the common names list was Gaylord.
Gaylord? That was way too spicy.
Paul Lee, and then you came up with Paul Clark, and we all loved it.
Oh, okay. That was me? I did that?
Yeah, that was you.
Weird. Let's see. I'm just trying to get the different number of set on each side, which probably isn't the right way to do this. Yeah, welcome to Vietnam, Raven. I said I would do this for 15 minutes and then I'm not going to stall stream with it further, but I figure folks deserve a little bit of me suffering. Oh, but you've already sent your 600 posts. God damn it. God, that's so fucking stupid. It is a white chart, but I'm not taking it. Well, I mean, I guess I could. I guess that would be a good way to move on with stream and get the rewards without stalling it out. But that feels like a cop-out.
I can never call Azzie a goon because he's the reason I've gotten through any of the Span games, because I get stuck and I'm like, Az, help. And he gives me ideas.
Aw, that's awesome. Okay, I need to...
I don't think she has any, Lissa.
If we were to augment the suffering, I think you should come back to this later with a bowl of flaming hot mac and cheese. Yeah, I discovered I hadn't heard of sorry, that specifically, the operative word there is Cheetos. Flaming hot Cheetos mac and cheese. I hadn't heard that was a product until Thursday, and then I saw it 3 times in one day, including at my local supermarket. Why is that a thing? I also agree. I don't think anybody wanted that. Okay, I just need to switch the 2 with the 3. That's all I need to do, okay? It's simple, right? We do that. We do that.
As it's not just this game, you've helped me through Rejuve and Deso too.
Did I do it? No, I didn't do it. Need to move. God, what did I do? Did I just switch? Do I just keep going back and forth with the 2 and the 6s, trying to get them on different sides? Is that even the right way to do it? I don't think it's the right way to do it. I think I should. I need to get. I'm in pain. I need to switch 6 with what's missing, 8. So, okay. Column 3 up, and then we'll move row 3 left, left. Column 3 down, right, right. Okay, now we're unique on each side. That's progress right there. I have at least a vague understanding of how to rotate things around from I used to know how to solve Rubik's cubes, but that's about where my viability here ends. Okay, so the trick with magic squares, the solution for magic squares is always that the center has to be 5 if it's going to add up to 15, because the number is to 1 to 10. If you take out the 5, it's always going to be 10, 1, and 9. So it's actually pretty close on this side, because that's 159, 25. It's actually not close at all, and I don't know how to count.
I'm sorry I'm not more help. I would still be stuck on this if I had not seen Cass's video.
I do not expect anybody to... I do not expect anybody who would want to help me to be able to, and I do not expect anybody who would be able to help me to want to.
Are you casting shade on March right now?
I don't know if March could solve this offhand. I mean, they wrote a program for it, right?
Oh, that's fair.
Okay. So how do I swap this around? I need 9. So 9 and 1 are in the right place, so I want to preserve that. I need to switch the 2 and the 4. So
Lissa, you're so valid.
That, did I do that right? No, I didn't. I got the 2 and the 8 at least. I need to go up. Okay, that's 2. Okay, so I have the diagonal here and I have the top there. So now I need to switch. The the 4 and the 7. How do I do that? It's been 10 minutes already, what the hell? Who the fuck made this?
Lynn is really enjoying messing with you.
Oh yeah. Okay, now I just need to switch the 6 and the 7.
I believe in you.
That's one side fixed. Now, granted, getting one side fixed is the easy part. So, in order to switch the 6 and the 7, I should go up.
My profile pic was Taka for a while because Krim drew a really cute picture of him and said I could borrow it. I appreciate them for that.
I switched it wrong. Let's do this. That was not what I meant to do. And then we go row 1 left, column 3 up, row 1 right. Did I just put it back? I still need to switch the 6 and the 7. I switched the wrong 6. God damn it. What's the right way to do this?
Who's dead? What? Oh, okay. Yep. See, I forgot where Ame was in this game.
That's fair. I forget where I am sometimes too. I feel like I'm forgetting where I am right now. Did I not switch it again? What am I doing? I was doing so well at actually getting these to switch a minute ago, and then it's like I just forgot what the hell, how to... Fabadaba? Okay. Row 1, left. Column 2, down. That's not actually what I meant to do at all. There. Okay. Hold on. It's fine. So we need column 3, up, column 2, left, column 3, down, row 2, right. 6, 7, 3, 4, okay. Alright, the left side is set. I have done the left side. No, the left, one side only is easy, right? Now I have to solve the right side without performing collateral damage. Okay, so if we could do column 3 down, then that's that. I need to switch the 7 and the 3 for starters. I need to do a lot of switching around here. Hold on, I know I said 15 minutes, but I feel like it's not fair if I don't actually get myself to try the second one. I think I have to do collateral damage but fix it later. Yeah.
Apple, what the heck?
Okay, so let me try and just get one column, right? So the left, let's say we're going to go for, let me type this out. It's going to be 2, 9, let's say 6. And then that makes that 1, 3, 8, which makes the middle ones 6 and 4. No, 4. I keep defaulting to adding up to 9 because I've done so much shit with Zeroscape and digital roots, okay? Please understand.
You are so valid.
Is Thomas Radamus's OG name? Yes. Although Van Hanen is still also... I think we've said that it's... No, Van Hanen is a genuine surname, right? Yes, Thomas is his original name, regardless. So 3 and 7, those are the middle. And 7's already on top, so I'm going to try and preserve that. Okay, so we want the left column to be 2, 9, 6. So I need to switch the 6 and the 8. How do I do that? Column 3 up. Column... Column 3 down. Left. Okay, left side is still intact. I've switched the 6 and the 8. Okay, so now the middle column. We need to switch the 4 and the 3. That actually looks feasible. So in order to switch the 4 and the 3, we what? Column 3 up, row 3 right, column 3 down, row 3 left. Did I do that? Wait, I just got it?
Yay!
I've never solved that before.
That's amazing! Congratulations!
Okay, I was not expecting to be able to actually do that in 20 minutes. The point here was to give you all catharsis for my suffering, and I feel like I've just backfired that.
Heck yeah!
I've actually never solved that. That's the Saphira branch. Okay. Alright. Cool. I have brain cells. That's weird. I'm not used to this. Why couldn't I do that when I made the puzzle?
Because you were tired from spending all that time to make it? Maybe?
Maybe, probably. Alright, that occurred. I made that puzzle 5 years ago. Huh.
Was it really only 5 years?
Only, she says.
I'm sorry.
No, I know you didn't mean it. Yeah, it was 5 years ago. I'm sorry, that was just funny. I'm fine, I promise.
I have a really bad time telling time. I have no sense of time.
Oh, same.
So it
feels
feels like
same.
forever ago.
I mean, yeah, it feels both like forever ago, and also not very long ago. Like,
Yeah,
you know
that's
what it
fair.
is? When I think about where I am in my real life, it feels forever ago because I've moved like multiple times since then, and my life is completely different. Again, shout out to Cass. But when I think about it in terms of the community, like, almost nothing has changed except for along the track of this game's development, so it doesn't feel like any time at all.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I can't wait for an hour from now when Kenan demolishes me and brings the ego back down to neutral. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm feeling pretty good right now. I think I have good odds against Kenan.
Yeah, maybe he'll be like Crit and be like one of the few people that doesn't wipe to him.
Yeah, well, it probably helps that I know what to expect, right? So,
Yeah.
Kenan
Sure,
is
you will
the
see.
very first grunt. We have a lot of, yeah, the duo is the actual statistical hardest battle. A hardest character anomaly battle. Those who know, yeah. So the reason that Kenan, we joke about Kenan is because especially in testing, nobody was ready for Pulse 2s, and Kenan fucking swept house with like, I don't know, 2/3 of people, maybe more. It was insane and hilarious. I had such a good time. Alright, we have a lot of people to talk to here. Well, if it isn't the local big shot back in town. And why? Nothing's happened here in forever. At least now we can chill out since What's-Her-Face confirmed they can't use the pulse to attack here anymore. But it is so boring here. Even those other girls went off to catch Pokemon or train or something. By the way, who even are they? Someone want to fill me in? Ah, Amy. I see you were successful in obtaining another badge. As I ever am with your efforts, I am impressed but not surprised. But pray tell, that's... I take that line, I'm sorry, it just stands out to me the impressed but not surprised thing is like radio chatter in Valkyria Chronicles, and for some reason it always stood out to me.
It is very pretty.
Pray tell, have you seen Anna about? She said there was something she needed to do and made off alone in rather a haste. She even insisted Noel not to go with her. I wonder if this was for his sake. Why are you acting like this now? I beg your pardon? Acting like what? Doting on me, like Anna? She often takes this role for you? No, for you. You always focus on her. I was just worried, but I see your concern. I assure you, I don't intend to favor either of you over each other. Both of you are precious to me. You say that, but that doesn't change the fact that you only talk to me when she's not around. Thank you, Avon, for the sub. I appreciate that. I guess I'm just your second choice. That's normal. Most people only talk to me when they can't talk to her. I'm used to it. There's nothing special about me, other than being forgettable, I guess.
I want to reach through the screen and hug this child.
Oh, hello, Amy. You seem to be doing well. Okay. So,
Amy and Amy.
So there's shade with that line. I talked before about how Amaru was based off of my relationship with a previous close friend of mine, Kay. And there was a time when I tried to reach out and get a little bit of closure for that. And, you know, the attitude I got from them in the email was very much like this front of I am doing super well. They always kind of had this like prestigious front to them.
Oh dear.
I'm doing super well. You seem to be doing fine. You don't seem like you've changed much. Derogatory.
Wow, that is so rude.
They didn't say that at all, but that was like the undertone. That was like the subtext that I got. So that was kind of the attitude that I took with a lot of Amaria's lines here. She's still kind of low-key a bitch, because that was just my experience with the person that she was based off of.
I feel like I should... Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
I know I laughed at a really bad time. I was laughing at the pun in chat, not at what you were saying.
Oh, it's okay. You could laugh at what I'm saying, too.
But it wasn't funny. It was sad.
All right. Fair enough. No, Azzie, look. I want you to understand this. Like, because you are such a sweetheart, you know, okay, I don't know how much of My Little Pony you actually watch, but you know the episodes, have you seen any of the episodes where it's like, you know, Dark Fluttershy or whatever, and she's like just totally evil and mean?
I have heard about them. I don't think I've seen those ones.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna say, like you're the Fluttershy in this metaphor, and it's always just kind of fun to see Fluttershy being a complete bitch, because it's such a tonal, like, 180, right? And it's just like, you know what? Go off, Queen. We can't even front anymore. Like okay, you have
I can get mad at stuff, but that's just mean.
I know, and I appreciate you caring, but I also think, like, you know, it's whenever you say that somebody's being an ass, and I use that word specifically, like that's how they know, that's how we know they have really fucked up. If Azzie uses a swear, like, the shit's fucking, like, thrown to the ceiling, right? Like, there is some extreme stuff.
There are people that deserve it.
There are. You're completely correct. I'm just saying, like, you know, it's that kind of, if you're being mean to somebody, they definitely deserve it. That's all I'm saying. And you should go off, Queen.
Well, you're very sweet.
Never mind anything that happened before, okay? It was just a bad day. That happens to everyone sometimes, right? What's important is that we're both here to support everyone in fighting for Reborn. So let's give it our all. Hi. I got tired of being tired, so I thought we'd come up here and say hi. Practically had to pull Amy up with a fishing pole, though, jeez. But now we're here to do our duty, so let's kick Team Meteor in the booty! Wait.
I love her.
Isn't there supposed to be extra dialogue? Or is that only
I
after?
think it might be after.
Yeah, okay. Got it. There you are. Everyone disappeared and I was beginning to get worried something might have happened again. Where are the others? They arrested a bunch of meteors from Agate, and nobody thought to mention that to the rest of us? I swear, it's just like dealing with a teenager. At least tell me before you leave the house so I don't walk into the room talking to myself like a fool. Well, I suppose I'd better go see that they don't need help cleaning up. Sarah's here, branch dependent. I said Julia's sleeping patterns were based off of a challenge with a friend, right? If it's okay to share, how long was she up? Yes. So I know what you're talking about, and like, her sleeping patterns were mostly a pun. Like, the idea was that she would be mainly coffee powered and then take power naps, because electric leader. But the incident that you're thinking of is the friend that hung out with Kay and I. We all had a challenge when we were on the phone all together. This is Kay, myself, and that friend, who kind of got split into both Julia and Florania. And so we had a challenge to see how long we could stay on the phone together, awake. And Kay and I made it about 52 hours, and neither of us remember which of us fell asleep first. Our friend did not make it more than a little over a day, I would guess. Somewhere around 28, but that might be generous. I remember the time, not the number of hours she was at. It was 5 a.m. She was on the phone with us, and she suddenly got really hyper at 5 a.m. And so she decided she wanted to go pogo stick in her garage. And so she pogo sticked herself to exhaustion in her garage at 5 a.m. And then she passed out on the floor of her garage and woke up the next morning unsure why she was there.
Oh dear.
Yo, I don't know what our next move is gonna be, but my gut says it's gonna be big. You itching to kick Team Meteor down as much as I am, mate? That's what I like to hear. They ain't gonna see a single thing coming. Let's stick it to Meteor once and for all. It is not a risk to unhand me, woman. As I've said already, I will follow you voluntarily. No chances. Saphira, please. He is not a bad person. Oh, so that's why he's been with Team Meteor all this time. You, catch. Nice catch. What, you meant me? It's a little bit awkward when you talk to Hardy from the bottom, because I haven't yet accounted for where the player is standing, so it looks like she's talking to the player. But because you can talk to Hardy from any of 4 directions, if you talk to them from any of the others, it looks a little bit more natural. Doesn't matter. You, however, you and I have business. Enough already. You know rough handling a compliant captive is a solid way to jeopardize that compliance? It's not the only thing I'll jeopardize if you don't start talking. I've been talking. You haven't been listening. I didn't like what you had to say. You didn't like me saying I've left Team Meteor behind? I didn't believe you. If you won't believe me anyway, then there's no point in us talking. The right circumstances can breed honesty. You'll tell us the truth, or your comrade's injuries will be on your hands. Firstly, no matter what you say, I'm not responsible for whatever you choose to do to him. Secondly, if you listen to what both your sister and I have already explained to you, you'd know that he's no longer my comrade. Frankly, and not that any of this is necessary, you'd have better luck forcing answers out of me by threatening your sister instead. Slap. Saphira! Whoa there, you don't have to hit the guy. Don't you dare presume that I would ever do anything to hurt my sisters. You sure don't seem to think twice about anyone else. I'm not surprised to learn that loyalty is a foreign concept to you. And I discretion to you. Enough! Move. We're not done yet. Yes, you are. Lara, please move. I will not. Just what did he do to earn your grace? I do not believe that respect and mercy are things that need to be earned. Respect and mercy won't keep you safe from our enemies. that I would rather be in danger. You've always been innocent, but I was hoping that innocence wouldn't fall into naivete. With all due respect and appreciation, sister, in my opinion, it is more naive to think that people are not worth believing in. Next, you'll tell me that we should all hold hands and sing hymns with Sigmund fucking Connell. Not everybody is like him. And I'm sure that in some misguided way, he also thinks that what he does is for the best of others. Perhaps he too can still change. How can you say that? You of all people know what we've been through. Now you want to lap sympathy on him? After Saphira, don't touch me. Don't touch me. Don't even think about touching me. Stop. Stop. Please, stop. Okay. So a brief note about this. I've gotten some questions about this lately. Firstly, shout out to Laura. Somebody was pointing out after last stream that like this scene feels weird to them because we haven't really established, or sorry, it was actually the glass scene. But it comes through stronger here that one of like Laura's stronger character traits is that, you know, she is always going to try to see the best in people, which is something that I personally believe in a lot as well. You are air hugging her, Azzie.
She kind of needs it. No touch, just love.
No touch. Laura is radiating mom energy. Yeah, that's fair. And like I feel like that still makes sense with the timeline. So because Saphira did her best to protect her sisters, but she has damage for it. Laura was insulated, but she has kindness for it. Laura's one of your favorites, right, Azzie?
Yeah, I really care about her.
Yeah, I'm glad. I feel
like she's definitely not perfect. She definitely maybe takes things a little too far sometimes, but she tries, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, and frankly, you know, what I think it was Leaky Lou that said that after last stream. You know, I think it would help her a lot to have a stronger moment for her early in the game so we can establish that and give her a chance to show how that is like both her strength and weakness. Because I really like that as a concept, but I feel like I have not done very well with Laura as a character overall, partly because she hardly got any screen time when she was asleep for the past 5 episodes. But this thing with Saphira, so I mentioned during the Void stream last time, I believe, that some of the Void was partly copium for when I was in Germany and had a very subpar time, smiley face. And part of that involved some issues with intimacy, let's say. Let's put it politely there. And one of the things that I remember most vividly from the first few days that I was there is that after that kind of thing, I had never really experienced it before, but I really viscerally just did not want the person I was staying with at the time to touch me. You know, he was trying to be supportive and stuff, and but I was just super uncomfortable after some stuff that had happened, and despite the fact that I was trying to accept that support, I couldn't. So I ended up writing this scene. I don't even know that it shows a whole lot, but I ended up writing this scene based on some of the residual feelings from around that, and just it's kind of opposite really, because I'm always inclined to offer the other party sympathy. Like, I know that he wasn't trying to do me harm, so I'm kind of more in Laura's camp there, but I feel like there's a part of me that reacts more like Saphira does here, where just the notion of trying to be sympathetic to him is also nauseating. Um,
Yeah, there is someone I will call an ass.
yeah. I don't really want to get into all the details right now, but the general thing is I went to stay with a boyfriend in Germany for a month, and I don't speak German or anything, and I wasn't in that relationship on as clear terms as I would have liked, let's say, and it was not a good time for me. We'll just leave it at that. It was, yeah, some would call that a hell fuck shit fest. And like I couldn't get away from, like I didn't really have, it's complicated. Let's say I didn't feel secure in the idea of getting elsewhere from there. And I was also trying to get away from my home life at the time, so it was just I really didn't feel like I had anywhere good to go. Anyway, it sings. Oi, lady, you good? Saphira, it is just me, okay? You are safe. The doctor isn't here. It's going to be okay. Just breathe for now. So, you mind explaining what just happened? I'm sorry. I'm afraid it isn't my place to say something like that. But if this is like the past has been, she may need some time to collect herself. Back then, there were times when she was unable to even speak at all afterwards for quite some while. Please forgive me if I don't consider that a loss in the immediate moment. I apologize for how she was treating you. She is rather protective of Charlotte and I, you see. I saw. I think we all know that one, lass. For now, I will step aside and make sure she is alright. It is, on her part, a full panic attack. Trying to express that through Pokemon sprites and text boxes only is a little bit challenging. Personally, I haven't had experience with panic attacks myself for some reason, but it seemed appropriate to, for the scene.
Yeah, it seems, I mean, as someone who has had experience with that, it feels pretty accurate.
Okay. Somebody asked, I thought I was 100% very gay. So I am. I consider myself lesbian, but I'm also mostly demi. And I'm demi with boundary issues. So demisexuality is that I mainly feel attracted to people who I trust. So that means that I always end up falling in love with my best friends or whatever. So we had Dan on the stream previously. Dan and I dated for a couple years, something like that. And he was fine. He would be hurt so much if he heard me describe him as fine. I had his issues, which is what I had issues with him, which is why we're not still dating, but like he and I are still friends because he was always, still a good guy and stuff. But the problem with being demi with boundary issues is that sometimes I feel like with people who I do trust, it is harder for me to tell whether or not I have feelings for them. And in that case, it was another case like Kay, not Kay himself. But I was so fucking frustrated with myself that I repeated a similar scenario where I didn't feel like I could say no to a relationship. It was originally a misunderstanding, and I was like, hey, not actually dating here. And then he was like, he was obviously pretty heartbroken about that. And so then he just asked again harder, and I'm like, okay, I feel like I really can't, I don't want to hurt you twice. And he took that as yes. He took that as we're dating now, smiley face. And I just kind of, because he was somebody who I did care about, I kind of convinced myself to try and roll with it. So, I'm not terribly attracted to guys, but I tried. And and it didn't work very well. We'll leave it at that, I think. Awkward, rather. Zero? Why is Zero here? Is he okay? Don't worry, it's just sleep powder. I couldn't let him make it back to Labradora. Where have you two been anyway? We took the lull as an opportunity to catch up on some much-needed training now that each of us may have our own teams again. We don't want to be dead weight after all. And you're here too? Do you really intend to turn tail on Team Meteor? Yes, not that anyone has seemed to believe me about it. Except Lara somehow. So if you won't trust that I'm here for the greater good, then let's just say I'm here for her. I'll make things right and support her however I'm able to. It's something I frankly should have started doing a long time ago. I believe you. I don't know what to do with that, but I'll take it. Thanks. At any rate, it's not as if whether or not you are trusted will impact your course, correct? Correct. Though I would appreciate it if I were not literally dragged along by the ear in the meantime, trust must be earned through merit. To that end, I have an offer. The barrier. Correct again. What do you mean? What's the offer? As I explained to some others previously, only authorized personnel may pass through that barrier. Zero and I are both authorized. I will bring him into the city, claiming to have rescued him from you all as enemies of Team Meteor. This can be my justification for coming through the Calcinon side. Then, I will cut the Pulse Vime's power supply, lowering the barrier for all of you to enter and finish off Team Meteor once and for all. It's true that we will need the help of someone trusted by Team Meteor if we want to get into Labradora City. There is no other way, and right now we don't have another willing subject. I don't think Zero would do it either. Right. He sees Team Meteor as the only place he can turn to. Then it must be done before he wakes up. I don't know, mate. This is kind of fishy if you ask me. What's to say you don't just take off once you're in there and turn against us again? As it'd be a clever way for you to get out of your enemy's hands. A fair concern. Unfortunately, I don't believe a way to make satisfactory guarantees. But you will see whether or not I've stayed true to my word when the barrier lowers. And by then it will already be too late for us to regret it, huh? An alternative may not present itself. What do you think, Amy? Should we trust this guy? I will choose to trust him, because I wrote him, and I know what's going to happen. Just catching up with chat real quick. He's a Giga Chad. Dang it, Giga Chad arc. Oh dear. If you say so. Alright, I'll go with it. It may just be the quickest way to save Aya after all. I thank you for offering me the chance to prove my allegiance. I guess that works for Zero too. He'd prefer to be on that side, right? It feels strange to have to wonder. What are you looking at me like that for? Do you miss how things were? I don't know. I do. I don't want things to go back to how they were, but I miss it. That was also kind of a emotionally charged line, especially for codependent relationships, and I guess probably to some extent anybody who's gotten out of a bad relationship. Just, it can be comfortable and familiar, even if it's harmful. I miss him. Does that make sense? I don't think it does. It makes no sense whatsoever. I fully understand. Oh, this is where everyone was. Am I interrupting something? I can hardly tell myself, mate. Oh, it's Kel! When did you turn your hair blue? Do I know you? Evelyn Sajaya, this is Lumi. We only spoke in passing, and only under that one's face. Yeah, I don't get it. But, have any of you seen Shelly around? Heather had a message for her. She and most of the others went down to the city to put the slammer on some of the meteors they caught in Agate. Bad day to be a meteor. Might be the last day to be a meteor. I guess most of us here have been on the other side at some point, huh? And yet, I don't think I've seen any of you before. Cal? Oh. Hi. Been a while.
Awkward.
He knows about Zell, but he's not really connecting the dots because he's having a bit of a himbo moment. Not long enough, if you ask me. What brings you here? Oh, I just thought I'd get out from behind the desk for once. Maybe check up on how things were going here while I take a break from the literal mountains of paperwork and responsibilities building up, not only from having to deal with everything going on in Reborn City, but also from the very slight, tiny, minuscule, teensy-wincy issue of having had to have taken charge of all of Apophil Academy after you got Kiki killed. I'm aware that there's no way I can atone for what happened there. Yeah, there isn't. Did I miss something? Let's assume so and not get in the way of it. I wasn't going to let Apophil go. Oh, you weren't? Oh, well that totally explains you betraying us all and setting up the pulse that was going to burn it to a crisp. So that explains what happens to Kiki's Metacam. So that's why you stopped Team Meteor on Pierce Mountain and why she's still alive today. Oh, wait. I sabotaged the pulse. It wouldn't have done anything but overheat. And you really think I'm going to believe something as convenient as that? It's true. Who even are you? I created the pulse. Oh, you did you? Victoria cracking knuckles.
Do not fight a child, Victoria.
Well, today seems to have been a great day to come up here after all. I get to solve not one, but two problems. I will accept any punishment you deem fit to apply to me. Eve, but before you do, please be advised that as I have already escaped Team Meteor, I have nothing to gain by defending this individual. Yet I personally inspected the damage to the pulse camera up system after the incident there. Although it was clear that the machine had been targeted by a fire-type attack, there was no significant damage to it from that. However, the coolant system had been completely drained and removed. The machine could have powered on, but it would have overheated and shut down long before producing enough energy to resonate with the camera. Further, there was no sign of the camera itself around the scene after the incident. It's right here. Back then I used my attack to covertly withdraw the Pokemon from the scene, and have since recovered it back to health. But that was just a show. I had discarded the coolant system long beforehand. The pulse would have failed regardless, but then you all got involved and Kiki was hurt. I had to pretend to destroy it myself in order to convince Solaris to drop the operation and retreat before anything else happened. That's convenient. And just how do you explain what happened to her Metacam then? You still let that poor thing be burnt to a crisp. Actually, you're not going to say that's the same Metacam. It's saying right in the... I know I'm saying it wrong. That's just how I'm used to saying it. I'll try.
I thought I was saying it wrong all along.
No, I'm gaslighting Azzie live on stream. I grew up saying it with a hard CH, like in chemistry. It sank right in the lava. There's no way it would have survived that. There was another advantage I had discovered when I emptied the pulse's coolant in the volcano. Although it didn't visibly impact the surface, the temperature of the lava was lowered significantly. A human might have been in trouble, but for Pokemon that are used to taking flamethrowers in the heat of battle, I was able to rescue it with my Pokemon after you chased me off. And you didn't think to bring any of this up before? Yeah, Sizer I defend. Medicham... Yeah. I recognize that even if it feels weird to me, I'm pretty sure that's the intended. Because what? Metachampion, right? Meditate champion. Their age did flip-flop a bit. And we retconned ages anyway because people kept being weird about them, so she's whatever age you think she is.
I actually had stopped going with her as a kid when Ice told me that originally they were like in their 20s.
Yeah,
so,
I didn't know that.
I forgot. He said you didn't know when you put them in the game, but I just started using that as my headcanon, and then by the time you retconned the ages, I had just gotten used to them being kids in the game, so...
Yeah. So for those who don't know, Zell was an inherited character from roleplays, and I didn't partly because I didn't know that it was Ice's character for the longest time. I thought it was Will's character who designed Sirius and Solaris. But Will was leading like Team Meteor events and the comic around Team Meteor. So I asked Will for some characters, and he gave me Zell, Taka, Solaris, and Sirius. And Ace, kind of. We talked about that before. But because I didn't know that was Ice's character, I didn't know that there was a lot about that character that was incorrect to their original conception that I was not aware of. So the in-game versions differ a bit from the original intentions there. So why do even Lumi get a relationship point thing but Zero doesn't? It's because I hate Zero and I want to sabotage people who like him. That's not actually why. It was because I was always intending Lumi and Eve to come around to the not Team Meteor side, and I did not expect Zero to. However, he kind of did by the end of post-game, so that's been unfortunate. Zero got shafted that way. Really, he probably deserves relationship points.
I think he does. He does his best.
Yeah. Amy knew some of it, but you said you didn't want to speak with me. I intended to respect your wishes for as long as you needed. I need to be alone for now. Awkward. Perhaps now would not be the best time to stage a raid on Labradora after all. You're planning to what? We've been mulling over the possibility of Bennett here given the barrier to slip and sticking it to Team Meteor once and for all. I see. Blake is back there. But more importantly, Solaris. Victoria may want nothing to do with me, or she may accept my defense. But I suspect she will bring her full fury down on him no matter what. I'll join you then. Someone has to look out for her. Then we should just wait a bit, right? Until everyone's ready. Our time is limited until Zero wakes up. Alright then everyone, do what you need to and meet back here with Bennett. For the sake of not rousing suspicion, I'll just wait here. Talk to me whenever you want to begin. Okay, I'm going to be right back again. I'm just going to check on things, and then we'll talk to everybody and get this show under the road. On the road, not under the road. That's the wrong place for it to be relative to the road. I'll be right back.
Okay. Your laptop background is Zero. Is it the official background? Ooh, Atelier. Okay, but first, is it the official Zero background? Those backgrounds are so cool. They did, and Ame and Krim and everyone did an amazing job on those things. Also, if no one has played Atelier, any of the Atelier games, they should do it because they're very fun. I love all of them. I love all the little details, relative to the characters in the backgrounds behind the official art. It's so cool.
Ooh, Atelier propaganda? Are we getting Atelier propaganda?
Lissa, let me count. Well, we were going to, but then we started talking about the official backgrounds that everyone put out.
Oh.
I'm trying to remember. Okay, so I played all of Dusk, all of Mysterious, all of Rises, so that's nine of them. 9 Ateliers.
God damn.
My laptop background is a shot from PokeSnap because they're very pretty.
Oh yeah, I meant to switch it to Saphira for today. I also have all of the backgrounds on a rotation for my wallpapers. I enjoyed that we got to make these and that they turned out so cool.
Me too, they're very pretty.
It was a lot of fun. And big shout out to Falcon for carrying the logo, the art. For the new ones. Alright, so let's talk to everybody. Not long now, lass. We'll get you soon. And if not, I'm gonna punch Bennett's face off. Maybe I should have been clearer about what happened when we spoke in Obsidia that one time. That camera up had a fever that wouldn't break for seemingly ever. An effect of the pulse, no doubt. And Metacham, was a miracle still in progress. I didn't want to claim to have got them out if I wasn't sure they would be well. Frankly, I was surprised that you listened to me even for a second. I'd be lying if I said that I don't hope Victoria will forgive me, but that's nothing compared to what it will take for her to forgive herself. For me to forgive myself. I don't know if that day ever comes.
Once again, more characters that need a hug.
I suppose the final battle will begin soon, won't it? Anna is still absent. I suspect she intends to keep it that way for some time. And with Noel, I feel as if I am already in checkmate. Any move I can take with him seems to be the wrong one. That is not a game I may quit. So how to play? Is Zero a reference to Zero from Kirby Dream Land 3? I haven't played that. And also Zero is not my character. So I guess I wouldn't know.
Zero is a number.
Hi, Cass.
Hi, Cass.
I do vaguely remember that Zell was a reference to a character from another franchise. I can't remember, or not even a reference, but inspired by it.
Yes.
Unfortunately, I cannot remember what that franchise was.
Blade Blue. It was Trinity from that.
Thank you.
Yeah. So probably not Kirby then. But yeah, no, it was based on it's like a talking cat with multiple personalities, I think. Zero is his like real name. It's not his birth name, but his code name is separate. His code name is Vega. He's kind of like Ace, where he adopted a name other than his like just a pseudonym. There was something else I was gonna say and I've forgotten it now. Oh well. How do you know if someone is important to you? Is it something you decide or something you feel? I'm gonna go with decide. I see. So he hasn't made that decision. Then I decide not to need him. Thanks. I saved a switch there for in case I wanted to reference that later for development or anything. I don't think I ended up using it though. But it sure scared some people, and that's fun.
Yeah, it scared me.
Ever since it happened, I've been beating myself up for ever even having liked Cal. At this point, the thought that I might have been wrong to do so is almost more painful than the things I was telling myself. If I believe him, then isn't it our fault Kiki died? I had always thought I just didn't do enough. Wasn't strong enough. But none of that matters. Strength is weakness aimed at the wrong target. In the end, we killed Kiki. Here we go. Took us 6 months for pre-19 content. Has it only been 6 months? Gosh. Has it already been 6 months? Gosh. That was mildly uncomfortable to overhear. You seem to make drama wherever you go, don't you? Oh, no offense meant. I'm not saying this is all your fault. But these things just seem to happen around some people more than others. Like Julia, for instance. What? I've never happened around a drama in my life. No? Not me. Not that time you accidentally cheated on that guy with his brother? They were identical twins. How was I supposed to know? Or when you dated that one guy just to make your ex jealous? That was the reference to the online league event that actually happened. And that guy went on to play some of the other leaders, like Adrian, God, who else? I want to say Samson?
Hello?
I feel like that's wrong.
Right.
God, who else did he play? Probably, definitely Julia, actually. Well, he definitely played some other leaders. I just can't remember any of them now. I could probably do process of elimination. That was... Wait, which time? Or when you were head over heels for that one guy who turned out to be a girl? She had a deep voice and a handsome face. Besides, is that really a problem? Or that time a guy took you out to dinner and ended up running from the police? He was a smooth talker. Not gonna lie, I'd do that again. That was fun. Or when you blew up your third boyfriend's studio? Okay, that one was my fault, but in my defense, they were the ones who left the electrical box open. I just did what any girl would. I think I've made my point. The electrical box comment is also a reference to my friend, the pogo stick friend, because she touched open electrical boxes for fun. She shocked herself for stimulation, just to be fun and quirky.
You have some interesting friends.
I cannot deny that. Amy! Rage face, I tell you! Rage face! Jeez, we came up here to help out with Team Meteor, and now it's practically turned into a daytime television show. Who's the director here? Who's the writer? I want a word with these people. And a bigger part. What's with having no screen time for most of the series, huh? I bet they just didn't include me because my upbeat and cheerful personality would ruin the over-serious tone. And you know what? They're right! This is a sitcom now! We're eating canned laughter for breakfast! Quick, say something funny! Perfect! You're a natural at this! Poke Star Studios, here we come!
Have I mentioned how much I love Julia?
You know, I meant to reset instead of saving after that, but I kind of did the opposite of resetting, so oops. Good morning. Yeah. Okay. No, but we do have M&Ms. No.
I'm jealous.
I know. I tried to look to see if they had cookies and they didn't.
Don't they not have cookies?
I know. Not the good ones, anyway.
Oh.
Alright.
Lissa, you very much are one such interesting friend. You are an awesome, interesting friend.
Saphira, please, can you calm down? It is just us. We've always been here for you, right? Stay out of this. Just stay away. Clearly, I'm the crazy one here for trying to protect my family. Oh, hi. Great timing. Welcome to the Civil War. This isn't a war. I shouldn't have to fight to keep the only allies I've had on my side. It's just a betrayal. I'm betraying you by saying someone should get a second chance? He doesn't deserve a second chance. He's had a lifetime full of chances, and you know better than anyone what he's done with them. A lifetime? He's barely older than I am. What? No, I don't care about that boy. Do whatever you like with him. I'm over it. Really? 'Cause you sure don't seem over it. I'm not talking about him. Who started all this? Me. No one blames you for what happened. I do. I won't allow anyone to talk about you like that. Not even you. Glad to know I have rights. But is that not the same way of thinking? What happened was an accident. Do we really need to keep reminding her of what happened? Never forgot, but thanks. That's different. She was a kid. She didn't know what was happening. The doctor is an adult, even if he doesn't act like it, and as an adult, he's made himself responsible for all of our well-beings. And you know how he failed to deliver on that. I can't fathom why you're suddenly pretending he's innocent. Did you forget everything that happened? What I told you? I couldn't possibly forget that. Sometimes I wonder. Sometimes I wonder if we're even talking about the same thing. Maybe I was the lucky one. Maybe I succeeded in protecting you. You know, I keep coming up with these lines that I forget have more behind them. This is something that... Okay, so people have asked if I intended Saphira to be dealing with a sexual assault in her background, and I gave an ambiguous answer to that before, because I think that it is good for it to be ambiguous. I don't want it to be terribly overt, because it's always difficult to broach those things in a way that is both going to be taken seriously and is not over the top and can resonate with people. But okay, so like ideally the way I would want to write Saphira, right, is that to anybody who has personal experience with that kind of thing, it is obvious, and to everybody else, they probably may not notice. Or may not necessarily even probably, but just it maybe just slides on past. So this maybe I succeeded in protecting you thing. I've talked in the past how I feel like it is important to not shy away from including mentions of sexual assault in media, because it is way more prevalent than people think, and it is almost, I would say it is actually one of the most taboo things in media still to like try and discuss. But among the many people who I grew up with, who had some kind of incidents with this, and she is pretty open about it, so I don't think she'll mind if I say. My mother has had some background of that she was unpacking during the time I was growing up, and I was very aware of all of that. But one of the things that she has wrestled with me is she always seems to think that I have shown signs since a kid of having had something happen to me, and I'm pretty sure that I haven't. Pretty sure that I only had that happen later. But she was always very focused on the idea of protecting me and caught up with whether or not she successfully kept me away from, say, I talked about before, my father's clientele, or certain weird adults that she was around, or because this kind of thing runs directly in our family, if something didn't happen with our family like happened to her. So this conversation, I read this and I'm just tinged, like this is bits and pieces of conversations that I've had with my mother. Isn't the lack of it in media just the difficulty of giving it justice? I think it's a lot of things. I think it's the fact that so it's not a very pleasant thing to talk about, and because there's always inherently blame with it, right? Like even a murder, sometimes manslaughter is its own charge, right? That is a murder where somebody died. You have killed somebody even though you didn't mean to kill somebody. But when it comes to sexual assault, there is no middle ground charge like that, right? Like, so that means that whenever we're dealing with that, it is inherently accusatory, which means that there's always going to be this big defense. I feel like the stuff that went on with, I can't say his last name. What's his? Vic Filet Mignon? Is it just Mignon?
Mignonia, I think, or
Mignonia?
something.
Yeah, like there was all this backlash over, people were saying, hey, this guy behaved inappropriately to me. And everybody was like, hashtag I stand with Vic, right? So because of that attitude, and because there is always inherently a perpetrator with talking about this, it is difficult to talk about, and it wasn't really until the hashtag MeToo movement a few years ago that it actually became something in the public consciousness, and we started to learn how prevalent it actually is. We still have statistics, but it's a very difficult thing to talk about, and it always creates these huge controversies. So we can't even talk about it in reality, let alone in media. And whenever we do talk about it in media, we get this backlash of, it's being edgy or wasn't handled well, probably especially because in games particularly, a lot of them are written by boys. Boys can obviously experience sexual assault as well. However, it is far, far less statistically likely. So we have people who the people doing the writing both don't understand that there is a problem and don't understand the personal nuance involved in writing about it. So when it is done, it is often done poorly, which means that then the audience sees whenever this comes up, this is done poorly, and they just don't feel like it belongs in games at all. It is this whole kind of cycle, because then when it's never in media, it becomes still harder to talk about it in real life. So we just kind of have to get through that one way or another. And by the way, just to go back to Vic Mignogna, I did Vic. It's Vic. I just want to say publicly, like, I have a personal friend who was herself directly harassed by him. I don't know the extent of it, but like, she was a minor at the time. Like, I have no doubt that that is an actual thing that happened, which is why I don't mind throwing him under the fucking bus here. So I am not really interested in entertaining the discussion of whether or not it is justified to be defending him or not. But like, fuck that guy. Fuck the whole, taboo around the conversation. We gotta talk about this shit. Yeah, expectations play a role in it too, for sure. Like, I think that's a big thing with just, guys think that, or sorry, I shouldn't say guys generally, but a lot of guys, as a cliche, think that, catcalling a girl or whatever is a compliment, because they don't have the experience of what it's like to not just feel inherently safe, and how something like that is always a risk, because you have to manage expectations of the other people, because you don't know how somebody is going to react, and how it is an intrinsically uncomfortable situation, because guys are not socialized like that. They often miss a complete emotional context there, which matters quite a bit. Anyway, we were in a cutscene. Hi, Azzie, how are you doing? I didn't intend to get into all this with you on stream.
No, you're all good. I'm just listening, and I'm like, you are a lot more educated about all this. I barely know who Vic Mignogna is, so it's been an interesting learning experience for me too. And also, I just, I'm air hugging you.
Okay, thank you. I do generally like non-air hugs too, which is why that one experience of viscerally not wanting to be touched was so weird to me.
Yeah, I know, but I can't hug you through the screen, unfortunately.
I'm just putting that out there. Yeah, Vic voiced the character in Ruby Crow. He, I also believe, was Edward Elric. Yeah.
Okay, I haven't seen either of those things, so that would explain it.
He's been in a lot of stuff, but those are the ones that I know best. And you know what? I don't really want to give him more attention to that, so...
Good plan.
Maybe I succeeded in protecting you. Or maybe not. How can I know? Oh yeah, but that was, so my mom's thing with me is, she kind of assumes, because of my personality and lack of boundaries, that maybe something happened to me and I just blocked it out because something happened to her and she blocked it out. And this is Saphira not really knowing if she's having the same conversation with Laura because nothing happened to Laura, or if because Laura doesn't remember something happening to her. As much time as I spend in the circuit are separated from you, I can't be sure. And that's to say nothing of the other kids. Yeah, that's definitely something my mother has basically said. Obviously the circumstance is different, but she'll occasionally mention, this one time where she left me alone with, I don't know, a babysitter who she wasn't fully sure she could trust or something. I was always thinking, you show signs of it too. It could be either of you. Maybe you just blocked it out. He taught us about that, right? Saphira, what are you... I didn't know. I was supposed to look out for you. I didn't know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but there's no way that I'll ever forgive him. Not for half of a second. Not while he's that kind of person. The kind of person that would do that to a child. Those people don't just change. If those in power are given to abuse, they will continue to abuse until they no longer have that power. I can't stand the thought of this happening more and more. Not to you. Not to any of the other kids. So I will personally Relieve him of that power. I'll relieve him of everything he's had. I'll make sure he understands the shame I felt. I don't think it's impossible for people to change. Even then, I do not wish to believe that violence is the only answer we have. Is that not just perpetuating the pre-existing cycle? That kind of thinking is what allows it to continue. That's what gets people like you hurt. Then I would rather be hurt than you're still naive, still just a child. I am grateful for your guidance and protection, but are we not entitled to our own opinions of what is best to do? Charlotte, Amy, and everyone. And don't go dragging me into this now. This dilemma belongs to all of us. What, Amy too? That isn't quite what I had... You heard the lady. So what's your take on it? Is it fine to use violence as an answer to abuse? So...
This is so not a vanilla yes or no question, and I hated it.
I'll... Say what?
Well, what is it?
Honestly, lately I'm leaning more and more to yes here. Because it's been pretty clearly shown that it's not going to change in a lot of cases otherwise, unless it is forced to change. However, yeah, for those who don't know, you can just press the B button and be like, nah, this ain't my fight. Not picking a side is the safe choice, isn't it? But I agree with that. I don't really think it's anyone's place to be claiming moral righteousness. We're all just piles of flaws trying to make as few mistakes as we possibly can in our lifetimes. But that's fun too. I don't need anyone's approval. In fact, it's better if you both stay out of it. I'll take care of everything like I always have, including Dr. Sigmund Connell's funeral. Drama queen. That's also a League reference. One of my favorite things to do when I was playing online League Leaders was, in general, just getting my battles, we're chatting afterwards, and then something will come up because the community and users got invested in the interpersonal drama of the leaders. And so the thing that I always fell in doing was drop a dramatic line and then disconnect from the server. And that was a lot of fun, I've got to be honest. I think Hikaru gives me, I wouldn't say shade, but I think it's something that he lovingly adopted a little bit. When you said League, I thought you meant League of Legends almost turned off the stream and uninstalled Reborn. Like, there are literally League of Legends references in Reborn. I still play League of Legends. You still could do that. Grass now. I do actually enjoy that game. I know it's cringe, but I do enjoy the game.
You're cringe, but you're free.
Yes, that's
I
true.
admire that.
Thank you. Go play some solo queue with the guy on the train. So true. I have seen Arcane. When was the last time Omni touched grass? I don't know. It's been so long. Probably a week or so.
Oh my, you need to get some fresh air.
It's true. I've been kind of busy. Actually, probably been a couple weeks because, you know what's been going on.
Yes, but you still need fresh air. At least open a window.
We have been enjoying the air from the windows.
Oh, good. I will be right back. You don't have to do anything. I'm just gonna mute for a sec.
Alright. She thinks saying something intense and then leaving immediately is cool or edgy or something. She might be right, but she's still a drama queen. Who we got? Oh, my stream's frozen, so I can't see who just followed me. Yune, thank you for the follow. The red buff thing is a league. It was, I got into a YouTube video series for doing a silly thing with red buff and league as Nico. Alright, who else do we need to talk to? firstly, I should check this dialogue. People only do things because they have reasons. Even if those reasons are wrong or seem very strange to others, isn't it important to understand why someone does something rather than passing judgment right away? I still agree with that. Oh yeah. Yeah. I was looking at a recipe during D&D and I called for pickling with wild juniper berries, and I'm like, who the fuck just has juniper berries on hand? And so, my D&D group dared me to go forage for them, and so I did. Because I ain't a bitch. Dramatic exits are probably better than only answering yes-no questions, though. If they take Zero back in there, he probably belongs with Team Meteor, but then all of you are planning to stop them, right? If that happens, you'd probably end up fighting him again, wouldn't you? Part of me misses him, and part of me never wants to see him again in my life. But if you do find him, could you at least make sure he gets out alive? It is strange to see him like this. I'm used to seeing this body in the mirror, not on the ground. I'm used to being afraid of myself, of what I would do to Lumi, of what I've done to her. She has only had half a childhood, or a third. Who knows if she will even get her adulthood. No, I still have to make sure that she does. Bye-bye, Lissa. Was the psychology degree worth it? No. I mean, it was worth it in terms of having legally a degree. It was such an easy degree to get. And it did get me a job which carried me over to Reborn, but, like, I didn't get much in the way of education from a psychology degree. Alright, I believe we're finally time to get the show on the road and get some battles going. Once you give me the signal, I'll go in there and take that barrier down. If you're interested in it, like, that's, you know... I enjoyed it, but I didn't find it very valuable. However, it's still a decent degree to have in terms of getting a job. You do have to get a master's, but, like, if you enjoy it, that's what matters. Just enjoy it. Meteor's precious seconds will be quickly numbered. Are you ready? Your work is as good as any for me, golden child and all. Then I'll get started. I don't know how long it'll take me to get to and deactivate the pulse. If I have to do a lot of explaining, it could be a while. In the meantime, I suggest you make sure everyone else is ready. But don't worry, I'll get it done. How long has it been now? Too long. Do you think something happened? Nothing unexpected happened. He was just lying in the first place. I'm sure he wasn't lying. That's what people do, Lara. They lie and cheat and hurt others, and they'll keep doing so until they have no other possible choice. Yeah, I believe that, Corvidae. I was at a, state public school, so it was absolutely nothing to write home about. I barely even had exams. How long did Ame end up spending on the magic square puzzle? 17 minutes, and then I solved it somehow. I wasn't expecting to solve it.
Also, belated good night, Lissa.
That's exactly why we have to make that choice for them. That's why all we have is each other. That's why I have to look out for you. You're innocent. You can be hurt by these kinds of people. But don't worry. I'll make sure they never hurt you again. I'll make sure they never hurt anyone again. Have you always been this way? Yes. Ever since I understood what kind of world we lived in. I've done everything I could to look out for my sisters. My job's not done yet, but it will be soon. And how about before then? Before you understood, that is. That's when I was naive. Innocent. Back then, that wasn't who I am. After Mom and Dad passed away, she was really unstable. You don't need to bring that up. I remember that one time you punched that one girl. The one who was, the only one who was in the circuit more than you were. What was her name again? Spoilers, it was Lynn. But you slugged her and then just started bawling. That happened more than once. But you don't cry anymore, huh? There's nothing to cry about. I just need to solve the problem. Put them in their place. It sounds like you changed after all. So what? If you can change, what's to say that others can't? In my opinion, you underestimate others. Sorry if my life hasn't been so chock full of fairy tales and fantasies as yours has. We don't all get the privilege to stay soft. And yet, you have a responsibility that sheer cynicism cannot fulfill for you. The best moves often require not only trust in others, but also what? Patience.
You're going down.
Shall we be off? The end game awaits us. Do you see now? Pennant really was telling the truth. He's on our side. We'll see about that. For right now, I have an appointment with the doctor. Fine. If no one else is going to look out for him, then I will. That's a sentiment I can echo. Let's go, Aya. I'm coming for you. Eve, I'm worried about Zero. Then you'll have to find him. You're not coming? No, I can't be the one there to hold your hand this time. I'm going to do what I can about the pulse Pokemon still in there. Whoever fights them will need to be prepared. This might be one of the precious few ways I can still unravel the things I've done. Yeah, okay. I don't need hand-holding anyway by now. We'll do what we've never been able to do before. Divide and conquer. Come on already! They need all the help they can get, right? And what better help than tactical explosion support? Oh, sure. I look forward to fighting alongside you, Amy. I like the peppy one. Well, I better not miss the fun. Just remember, if you see any buildings on fire up there, it totally wasn't me. She's after Solaris, no doubt. Well, I guess I'm in for her. And however many other dozens of reasons I have to judge myself. You can go ahead. I don't need to go. So when I was planning out the endgame sequence, I'm like, okay, I have a list of all these character arcs that I need to wrap up, and I'm okay, everybody who's going into the city needs to have a personal goal for being there. So I just have like this whole table of like, alright, Cal's goal is to help Victoria. Victoria's goal is to stop Solaris. Lumi's goal is to help Zero. Eve's goal is to unravel the pulse. I'm just like, alright, let's just fucking go down the list and make sure everybody has their own motivation and reasons. And then see how few scenes I can get all of these to overlap in. It was one of the cases where I actually approached it in a more structured way, and I feel like it worked out pretty well. It's kind of like its own logic puzzle to solve, honestly. It's just like, how do we fit all of this in? Noelle is just chilling. I don't really think I'm crucial to anyone's plans. I don't have a reason to fight like everyone else does. I'll still help, but it's not quite the same. You should just go on ahead.
Fun fact, I stuck around for about 10 minutes trying to see if there was a way I could, like, convince him that he's important because I felt really bad.
Oi, if you're gonna hold me up, then you better at least point me the way when I'm done with you. I'm just gonna take a heal real quick. Welcome! Don't look at me like that. Nurse Joy fled after we took over the cities. They had to get someone else to fill in. But now I'm healing their enemies' Pokemon too, so there! That's what they get for wasting my talents behind this counter. Anyway, would you like to rest your Pokemon or what? Alright, I'll take your Pokemon. Don't worry, I'll give him back eventually.
I love the mat there. It's very pretty.
Oh yeah, Krim did such a great job with this one. Here you go.
Agreed.
And you know what? We don't hope to see you again. That's right, we hope your Pokemon live happy, healthy lives and never need to be rushed in here in critical condition after a battle ever again. So there! Have a nice fucking day.
No.
Okay. I had a lot of fun with this guy. I wish I'd done silly dialogue for more of the Poke Centers. Granted, that also probably would have been a huge pain. He's the best nurse, for sure. This is absolutely the Team Skull Poke Center. That was a good Poke Center. Today's the day to set the score. All in all, we'll win the war. And some people are just fucking dead already. That's fine. Alright, Kenan, let's fucking go. What does he lead? Golem? Is it Golem? Is it Golem or Machamp? Either way, I think Jan's still the right play.
Are you gonna lose?
We're gonna find out.
You're gonna lose, aren't you?
It's not impossible. I did lose to Merminga earlier.
Oh, you're so gonna lose.
Kick his butt.
You're such a loser.
Damn. This is 100% going to Sticky Web, so I may as well Aurora Veil and not count on outspeeding. Wow, that didn't kill. Great start. Okay. Surely this is fine. Surely it doesn't one-hit kill Miss Disaster. Okay. I'm outsped, but I have Accelerock. Great. Flame Body is unfortunate, but that's fine. We avoid the sweep. I have surprisingly few answers to this. See how well we tank a Dynamic Punch. Okay, well, if you crit, it's not gonna be very well. God damn.
Hey, Sarah.
Ah, that's kind of an unfortunate crit. By max EVs, you mean max legal EVs? Yes, all the Elite Four have max legal EVs, not Pulse 2. Do I just Nature Power for the chip damage? I think I do. Tri-Attack sucks, but maybe I'll, like, freeze or something. That was a crit! Holy shit.
Are you losing?
I ain't winning.
So, I go grab a dictionary then to code what you said. Or are you losing?
I might be losing.
Okay, thank you.
God, it is fat. Yeah, oh, the other thing you guys have to understand is that as time went on, I've tested this game less and less, right? Because there's more game that needs to be caught up with, and I don't have time to test it as thoroughly as I did in the start. I count on other people doing that for me more and more, which has been fine for the game. But it means that I have very little personal experience actually going through these battles, and E19 least of all. God, so that special attack did nothing. I would otherwise switch this in. I mean, maybe I still will just to get some chip damage, but... He has a golem, right? I feel like I want to save
I
Jan.
think he did.
I'm gonna do
Because
this.
I'm pretty sure I used my golem against his.
You know, I did see that had Ice Punch, didn't it? Ah, Bullet Punch. It does have VP. I see that in the chat now. You know, I forgot that Flygon gets Dragon Dance now. What is that, Relearner? I fully forgot that it got that now. I still outspeed, right? Should I extreme speed just to be safe? I should outspeed,
Probably not
right?
a bad idea.
God, I don't know if extreme speed kills though. Well, try attack did a little bit, and we're actually. I'm gonna try it. Fuck.
Oh crap!
Fuck. Hail, hail.
Yay!
You ever get outsped by a Perugly?
Well, at least his Pokemon hate him as much as the fan base does.
Ah, God. I think I just underestimated speed because it doesn't look fast.
It looks like a chunker.
My last is a burned Lycanroc. This is almost certainly a loss. I have to count on outspeeding, and I don't, right? Jesus Christ. I should have Drain Punched. Wow, that did more than I thought. No, I do Drain Punch instead. If I do this, I might still have this for... Because Hail's gonna kill this. At least break sturdy. Now surely I outspeed a goddamn golem. If it underestimates... If it goes for a random kill move, because I'm low HP and I get the Drain Punch, I might have a shot. Nope. The hail kills me.
Oh no!
Alright, Kenan claims a victim. Yep, I'm a loser. Oh, wait, I forgot about something. I shouldn't have reset there. Yeah, I know I need to... I know I need to not reset there. Well, let's see. Yeah, I'll lose on purpose next time. That's exactly what's gonna happen. You know what I could maybe do?
Reborn has the fleeing, is forfeiting, right? Like, is the losing, right? Or is that
Yeah,
just
it
a
does
reduce
actually. It does.
thing? So you can just do that.
You're right. We'll do that real quick. Because I don't want to deny that. It was actually a loss on purpose so that I could show that dialogue. And then I just forgot. That was why I went and healed first thing even though I was full HP. Wow, you fucked up, huh? Hold on, you just went and blacked out to the first guy you met? Yikes, skill issue. Maybe try and, you know, not do that. Just a thought. What? Don't look at me like that. Here, let me fix it. Alright, you're all set. Go do whatever it is you were trying to do, but better this time. Frankly, you'd think of more of our guys would be making use of this place. Guess they're too busy conking out every time they lose. Seriously, it's amazing this team ever got anywhere. Okay. Look, everybody out there, everybody in the community, and Char, I see you. I see you. Like, skill issue funny, whoops, sorry. Skill issue funny joke here in-game, right? Because kenan really does wipe so many people. But please, for those of you in the community, please tamp down on the whole skill issue get good to other actual players. Like, it's funny as a joke here because it's an NPC playing it. It's less funny when you're told that by a real person about a single-player game. We kind of have an issue in the community with people having a little bit, like, stank attitude about this. Alright, so if you are hearing this, and you're somebody who hangs out in Discord, chill out with that. That goes for everybody. Be helpful. Thank you, Tor, I appreciate that, yeah. Like, you know, I don't know how much it left. It's definitely not as bad as it used to be. But I do feel the need. I might see more of it because, you know, we're dealing with it in the mod chat. But, like, just... public statement to chill. I know that
Yeah.
those of you who are regulars are pretty good about it. Like, long regulars. I mean, showdown toxicity is its own thing, but I don't expect to be able to do anything
I mean,
about that.
they shouldn't do that there either.
Exactly. They shouldn't, but... yeah. Like, you know, it's usually like, you know, people who are floating through, like maybe they just finished a run, maybe they're on their first run or something, I say. Like, they're not quite long-standing community regulars yet, so they don't know quite the expectations. I'm just putting it out here in the chance that it makes a difference. Alright, let's not lose this time. So here's the thing. I'm gonna see if Lissa can just solo this fight, because we're going to burn a turn for sticky webs. And I forgot that I had Encore. Oh, you poor Levany. Surely nothing can stop me at +2, right? Are you going to stay in? Are you really going to do that? It'll have to switch in Golem. Yeah, the Golem's an issue.
The hail will help you with that, though.
Yeah, the hail will at least get Cuss Step off. Fake out. Shit, does fake out kill with hail?
I hope not.
Okay. Alright. Yeah, I don't really know why the AI used Sucker Punch there. For everyone asking why Drain Punch over High Jump Kick, this is why, by the way. Like, even if it had faked out because I was that low, I could have gone for a +3 or +2, and I think that I still sweep this. Like, the +3 or 4 is just a little bit overkill insurance. I think return just kills.
Or
Bullet
not.
Punch crit. It's crit. That's okay. I made my point. One low punny is stronger than kenan. I know this is going to Ice Punch, but I'm not getting through this without losing something else anyway. Oh, I forgot about the webs. I was living in such blissful ignorance. Hold on, do we have a
living
problem
in
here?
ignorant bliss. You could be like this.
Hold on. Hold on, I don't get reverse swept by a Machamp, right?
I hope not.
Like, nature, we saw last time, nature power does no damage to it. But I think that's still my best shot. Yeah, the hail is pretty critical right now. God, that does no damage. Look at that. I should have leech seeded. Sorry, did you say something?
Who, were you talking to me or Cass? I didn't say anything.
No, I said, did you see something? That was just about Whimsicott being frozen and defrosted
okay.
right away. Okay. Alright. Everything's fine. Nothing
Yay.
is not fine.
Good puppy.
Alright, let's pop in here real quick. Oh, yeah, I actually still need the code for that. Even though you can technically do that if you know the code offhand, I don't. Focus on the enemy in front of you. Nothing else matters in the heat of battle. Nothing else can matter. You know? I didn't mean to be here. But, let's just see what a return does to this. Fantastic. They never learn. Oh shit, they learned. Abort. That's pull!
You might want to switch out. Or not.
I was thinking about it, but I don't think it would have gotten back in the game. God.
Yeah, that's fair.
Alright, I should be able to take a Aurora Veil Sludge Bomb. I barely don't take 2, which is frustrating. Doesn't matter. Salazzle. Does that outspeed? I'll have Excel Rock. Well, maybe that can't kill anyway. Maybe it's fine to Rock Slide. Yeah, great. Crouch. The hail stopped. No. Alright, God, let's see what that girl can do here. That's unfortunate. What are you gonna do? You're gonna miss? Fantastic. Even better. I don't really know why that happened, if I'm being honest, but... And now we will simply chill out. Do-do-do-do-do. You want to miss your hurricane again? This must be choiced. Why? Why did that do so much? What the fuck? That was resisted!
Strong bird.
Do I get swept by a knockdown? If I miss this meteor mash, I do. Well, that just doesn't kill. Okay, but I outspeed here, so it's fine.
Yay.
Alright, pretty sure there's not a battle in this upcoming part, so I can just do this thing real quick before I go back to heal. This time will be different. Difference
hi,
is
Lynn.
cheap. Success is paper thin. As are you. Did you forget? Forget what? The last time we... That's nothing I can't stand against. Alone, perhaps. But it is not alone. And you always have been. Saphira eats shit. Volume 1 of like 50 this episode. You were never strong enough to protect anyone. Especially not yourself. That was just a desperate child's lie. A cry for help that no one would ever answer. How's this for an answer? Heather, use air slash. Are you okay? Oh, you're that girl. I'm not just that girl. And if I'm gonna be helping you off the ground here, the least you could do is learn my name. It's Shelly. One day, I'm gonna be the greatest bug-type gym leader in the whole world. So, remember it, okay? So you say. Thanks, Shelly. Somebody call for reinforcements. We'll help you deal with her. Numbers will not help. A statistical improbability. Tactics will not help. As if anyone operates without them. Friends will not help. Watch us! Good, you're here. Truthfully, we all know we don't have any chance of actually beating her. But we won't stand a chance as long as that pulse cloudster up there is active. We'll stall for time, but we need you to deactivate that pulse before we can make any real progress. We're counting on you.
Yeah, I cheered out loud at the screen at that part when Shelly showed up, and they were like telling Lynn being edgy to shut up because,
Yeah.
like, I wanted to do that. I was so happy that someone else did. No, my mom's used to me like talking to games and stuff.
We'll see how this goes. I thought we might get some interference during all this, but I wasn't expecting you. Hey, isn't this a good time to test just how much that pulse can supercharge us? Step aside. We're doing this. You know? I forgot that I had a partner for this fight. So the Mian Shao is going to high jump kick that Tyranitar, right? Right?
I hope.
It's not. Oh, it is. I guess we fixed that on the AI. Well, I shouldn't have iron-headed it then. I thought it would fake out the Luminion. I would like to not be here anymore. Oh, unfortunate burn. Okay, okay. Why?
Oops. The Minion has a pretty cry.
It does. Luminion is very pretty in general. I don't
It
like
really
that you
is.
just sent that out. That must be scarfed, isn't it? Wow, this is awful. This is going horribly. You sure we can't, fake out the Luminion turn 1? That's not Heat Wave. Well, okay. Alright. It's fine. Incineroar's gonna die anyway. I'm gonna die anyway, actually. Wow, this went horribly. And all of this is weak to ground. And physical, so I'm never getting through that Mudstale. It was an awful time for, God, what do I even... You know what? It was a good first try. Let's lead with, my actual Aurora Veil user so I can get that up now that I remember that this is a partner fight. So yes, for those who didn't catch it earlier, this is statistically, Steven in particular, the one with the Tyranitar, T-Tar is slower. Motherfucker.
Oh dear.
So Steven had the highest statistical win rate when we used the AI to pit every trainer against each other of any trainer who was not, like, a named story or anomaly. You know what? You're right. The issue is the tailwind. I didn't actually mean to come in here, but hi, Noelle. Oh, there you are. You said to make sure you got this, but I wasn't sure how to find you. Here. Mechanically sculpted via scripted process. Its function has endless offensive potential. Many bodily features, such as the brain, have been rendered vestigial to allow manual usage of the Pokemon, similar to traditional artillery.
Heartbreaking. The pulses always make me sad because, like, they're suffering so much.
I probably do have taunts somewhere. That's another option. But I've decided I'm just going to fight Tailwind with Tailwind. I don't love that Excadrill being here.
No, I gotta say, I don't either.
Goodbye, Comfy. You did what you needed to. Why did you miss?
Oh no.
Alright, that's fine, that's fine. We'll get Aurora Veil up.
And that's why Lissa doesn't have high jump kick. Ooh.
I don't think the Garchomp would help me here very much. Like, Lumineon has Blizzard. I don't see that being helpful. Now, here's the problem. I no longer have an answer to Mudsdale, so I need to focus down solely the right side. What else does she have? What even's out in the field? Raichu? God, I don't even have... Intimidate. I wonder if I Sucker Punch that if it gets forced out. Actually, probably... Well, no, it's going to first impression.
Dark?
Does Bug resist Dark?
Oh, I always forget that it's not part fighting. Never mind.
Yeah. It's going to first impression. And I think that that supersedes Sucker Punch.
Bye-bye.
Heat Wave. So I should do this. Don't target the Drex. Okay. I really want to get that. So if I wide guard, Chandelure is cancelled. Excadrill drill one. Well, no, actually, Excadrill will get killed. I think I have to wide guard. It sure could have throat chopped the thingy. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I'm okay with this. I'm going to surf now.
Wow.
Okay, this
That
is
was
fine. I need this. Holy shit, that did no damage.
Oh my gosh.
Baneful Bunker.
Nice.
Okay, that poison is huge. Alright. I think the best thing I can do is just try Baneful Bunker again, because they're both definitely going to go for me, and neither of them are using moves I can block with Wide Guard. Tough. I think it was still the right call to try. Oh, that high horsepower hitting sucks. That doesn't kill. But this will. Actually, let's do this. See if we can get a flinch and kill that Gothitelle. That doesn't kill. It doesn't kill the Gothitelle, but I did get a flinch.
That killed the Gothitelle.
That killed the Gothitelle. God, that was with Aurora Veil up still. Flinch. Yeah! Yeah, the dodge! Okay, I'm fine with that Mudstale dying.
Yay!
I really want to... Another ground type? Who the fuck? God, this is the worst team. No wonder this guy had the highest win rate. Are you gonna Ice Shard me? Oh,
Yeah.
my god, that crit. I wanted to know if that would one-hit kill or not. Oh, did crit matter there, guys? I think I want to sucker. No, this is going to ground move, right? I think I should have put Lycan Rock out, actually. Sarah, I'm not listening to your ground propaganda.
Actually, I carried Golem till the end of post game, so like.
I know Golem is actually really... Excuse me, really good. I don't see a world in which this survives. I think I should Sucker Punch. Kind of wish we targeted the Mammoth line, but that's fine. We should be able to make this into a 2v1 now. Yes, okay. Fantastic. And, okay, we're actually in good shape. Flinch?
Yay!
Why did that miss? Why did that miss?
That was very bad luck.
I lose now, right? Unless this flinches? There's one more, I think?
Yay!
No! Oh, Victoria did it. Okay, okay. Alright. Flinch for the win. Woo! It's Specs? Okay. Alright. Jeez, I guess my heart's not in it. That's a cheap excuse for your own failure. I mean, maybe, but we're on guard to keep one of our own here. Personally, I don't consider it a huge loss if he gets out. Who are you talking about? See for yourself. Fine. You. Alright. How do I get in there? It's him. I just need... Looks like someone's that already had a number on him. I'm almost jealous. But why is he in here? Who? Good, you're awake. I would flinch to finish off a sleeping opponent. Thank you, Goblin. Because I do have a sense of honor, unlike you. I see. So, you are further judgment for my crimes? No, not all of your crimes. Just one. You remember me, don't you? I'm afraid I can't even see your face clearly, girl. Not after my own subordinate decided he wanted my eye above my position. Then I'll fill in the blank for you. My name is Victoria Marlowe, apprentice to Kiki Mikhail Argall, the purest soul in this wretched world, whom you extinguished atop Pierce Mountain. That was your mistake. Yes, I remember you now. Even yapping pups may yet grow into their teeth. Then be bitten and die, Victoria. What? Easy now. Don't you dare try to stop me. I heard what you said before and I've set it aside, but no matter what, there's no denying the irreversible truth that this man killed Kiki, so I'll do what I must. I'm not here to stop you, just to ask you a question. What? Is this what Kiki would want? Don't answer me. I have no obligation to answer you, because you already know that it's not. Don't you dare pretend for even a second that you know what Kiki would want. Then tell me that it is. Look me in the eyes and tell me that this is what Kiki would want from you. Tell me that this is what she taught. That this is the future not only of Apophel, but of Reborn. That's answer enough. Come on. Let's step outside. You have no business here. So, that was Cal. Perhaps he is nothing like his brother said after all. And how about you? Do you wish me dead as well? Nah. It'll happen anyway. I see. Then we may both be very unfortunate soon. They have decided that I am a risk, if not captive. I've heard that one many times before, but it's been quite a while since it was from those who I called my allies. This world is given to change in so many ways, but nonetheless, that refuses to be one of them. My former subordinates have a plan to flee north when they are done playing with you. I suspect that several of them are in as much danger as I am. Well, let us see if this old man is capable of making any kind of difference after all.
He sucks, but I care him.
Originally, that was going to be his last scene for this route. I added the Reshiram one pretty late in testing because a lot of people felt it was anticlimactic. But I felt like it was kind of the point for him that he says, let us see if I can make a difference. And then the next time you see him, he's dead on the pavement. He can't. Alright. Let's go do the Sylveon sing and then we'll call it for the day.
Kitty.
I mean, the idea is that he turns on them, so kind of. Just, you know, not in like a doubles partner kind of way. Let's see. I saved there. If I reload the game and hang on the load screen for a moment, that volume should be okay. We are at 5.9 minus. I'm gonna go find a different song, and I'm gonna play a song for you guys.
Are you gonna make us cry?
We'll see.
Are you going to Scarborough Fair? Parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme.
Oh, you are gonna make us cry, aren't you?
To one who lives there. He once was a true love of mine.
Better?
Tell him to buy me an acre of land.
Still hear it okay?
Parsley, sage,
Yeah, are you singing?
rosemary, and thyme. Between the wide ocean and yonder sea strand. Then he'll be a true love of mine. Tell him to sew it with a little lamb's horn. Parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme. And sew it all over with one.
Excuse me, the what moment?
Then he'll be a true love of mine. Tell him to reap it with affection or needlework, then he'll be a true lover. He shall be a true love of mine.
Yeah. So the song was so beautiful, Mirame. So that was my mother.
Oh my gosh, it was beautiful.
I grew up with that song. Somebody mentioned that they sang that in a Renaissance themed program. My mother used to work at the Renaissance Festival. I traveled with her and street performed with her. And she did, her character was, I know this is regarded as a slur now, but the character name was Rosarita Donna Juanita Gypsy of Love. And I was the kid that she stole from the castle. This is a cover. The original song does actually date back to medieval periods. Also has a variant of grain sleeves, as somebody mentioned. It is called Scarborough Fair. It's most popular version of Simon Garfunkel, but it always sounds weird to me to have only a male voice singing it. So,
I thought it was the Celtic Woman version at first.
So yeah, somebody mentioned the singer is making an awful lot of demands there. There is also a duet version where it is a girl and a boy singing back and giving each other both more and more impossible demands. You know, for those that didn't catch the lyrics, it's like, you know, make me a shirt without a single thread or stitch. Find me an acre of land in the middle of the ocean. It's all just increasingly impossible tasks. So that's been a favorite song of mine since I was a kid, because I grew up with that one. Which house is it? Is it you? Yeah. So the Sylveon's name is Scarborough, and we have another Sylveon around here somewhere. Oh. This is Scarborough.
Oh, baby.
Here, let's just there. Will I ever sell plushies of Reborn characters? I don't have the skill set to make those myself, but if they're available, then maybe. Is it this house? Actually, didn't look at the number. Whoop. I mean, I sniffle. It's near the bottom? Damn, I really just made all these staircases for Fairy MZ. Oh, I sure did. Yep, I just was there. Hello, Garvar. Oh, I must have left the door unlocked as I've been clinging. My apologies, stranger, but I should ask you to leave. You came here intentionally because you found a collar with the address. A collar like that could only have belonged to one Pokemon. Amy, is it? Please tell me, is she safe? That's Sylveon. Ah, I can see you found her. Locked away, alone, in a place like that. But as long as she is well now, that is as alright as what is all wrong could be. My apologies. I should not have parsed your memories on impulse. That was a disrespectful thing to do to a human. As an apology, please allow me to share some of my own with you. I will show you why that Sylveon should never return to this place. Am I saying that's why the Sylveon is named Scarborough? Yes, absolutely. So this is another one of those emotionally charged quests. I felt super emo one day, specifically with regards to my relationship with Kay. It has been such a long time. My trainer originally brought her here as a present to his daughter. I have mixed thoughts on the idea of Pokemon being given as gifts to other humans. The idea of property and ownership between our species is as problematic as it is revolting. But on the other hand, is it not a darling thought that one's presence could be such a boon that it might be considered a gift? Not all gifts turn out to be as they were expected, especially not this one. Back then, she was called Scarborough. Wow, it's really mine? That's right. Papa said she's all yours as long as you take care of her. What's its name? Scarborough. Huh? That's an ugly name. No, you wouldn't like it if someone said your name was ugly, would you? No, but if my name is ugly, it doesn't matter whether I like it or not. And besides, my name is cute. All the neighbors said so. Nevertheless, that's her name. Your father's friend had already named it, that when he decided to pass it on. Apparently, he was picking up a present for his own daughter and somehow managed to get two. So the other Eevee trainer, of course, we know is the captain from the log. So the captain and Buri were friends, and the Eevee, that means that the Eevee that you get would actually have been friends with this one, with Scarborough.
Oh, that is really sweet. I did know that, but I forgot.
And you know how rude it is to change the name of a Pokemon that's been given to you. Whatever, I guess. At least it's cute. Hey, Eevee, you'll be best friends from me with now on, okay? I think it's still a little scared. Suddenly coming to a new place can be jarring for young Pokemon. What? There's no reason to be scared. Here, okay? You're my Pokemon, and Pokemon are supposed to listen to their trainers. So when I say you don't need to be scared, you need to listen to me, okay? To say that Eerie and Eevee were inseparable would be beyond stating the obvious. She never let Scarborough out of her sight, if she could help it. But one might say that she never really had sight of that young Pokemon anyway. Eerie, did you feed Scarborough today already? Huh? Oh, no, not yet. Eerie, it's almost sundown. How would you feel if you had to go without food all day? It's fine, Mom. I'll feed him. Him? I told you before, dear, Scarborough's a girl. No, he's not. Scarlet's a boy. Scarlet? No? Isn't that a lady's name as well? No. It's Scarlet's name, and he's a boy, so it's a boy's name. Wow, adults can be really close-minded. Whatever you say, Pumpkin. Scarlet's gonna grow up and become a Sylveon, and we're gonna be just as strong as Papa and his. A male Sylveon, huh? Sylveon can be male, too. There's nothing wrong with that. Well, you know how it evolves into Sylveon, but it won't do that unless you take proper care of it. So start by making sure you feed her, all right? Oh, that Pokemon looks like me. I wonder what this show is about. Today on Evolution Revolution, we explore the unique properties of arguably the most versatile Pokemon known to date, Eevee. As most trainers know, Eevee boasts the unique ability to evolve into one of as many as 8 different Pokemon, but just which of those evolutions is really the best? Wow, there's so many! But Eevee only ever talks about Sylveon. She's not here yet, right? There should be lots of other things I could become. Like Flareon. Flareon are really fluffy, and they're always super warm, and they're great to hug and cuddle a lot. Or there's Jolteon. I hear Jolteon's fur becomes pointy and zappity when it gets upset. That means no one can mess with it unless it lets them. Then there's Vaporeon. If I became Vaporeon, I'd never have to worry about not being given water again, since I'd practically be made of the stuff. Plus, if I ever got scared, I could just dissolve and hide. We're not talking about that copy-paster right now. Leafeon is really cute, too.
Heart.
Oh. No, that wasn't you.
Yeah, I know. I'm just brokenhearted because she had to worry about not being given enough water.
Yeah.
Leafeon is really cute too. Running through the forest surrounded by nature must be great. I'd love to make the whole place my home and just roam and as far and free as I wanted. And Glaceon is so cool. With a stare like that, it practically owns every room it walks into. Ice types are always elegant and powerful. Do you think people could respect me like that too? And Umbreon. Umbreon is the paws down coolest. The way it glows and melds into the night. I bet Umbreon can take anything anyone throws at it too. I'd feel super safe with one. Huh. But would I want to be an Umbreon or just marry one? The eternal queer dilemma. Finally, Espeon. With their powers, they can see the future, protect themselves and others, and even reflect anything that comes at them. They're so cute and cool, and basically one with the sunlight. Yeah. I want to be... But why? Do I have to? So context. This quest was very much a result of.
Oh, are you doing the emotional horror show quest?
I sure am.
Oh, one of them.
Okay, night. Bye, Lee.
Night, Cass.
Azzie says night too. So firstly, the Espeon and Umbreon thing. Kay and I, during the time that our relationship was getting a little more sour and also closer, because those two things were directly connected, we had kind of an Espeon-Umbreon duo going on with ourselves. He was the Umbreon, I was the Espeon. And we matched profile pictures and stuff on what was... Which I guess that wasn't on Old Reborn yet, right? No, it was. Because that would have been 2007. Yeah. So on the very first iteration of Reborn, we matched profile pictures and stuff like that, and on some other web forums we were on. But this quest is because I kind of felt like it's not that he pressured me to... Like, it's not quite an equivalent, but the bottom line is, I feel like I permanently altered myself by forcing myself into a certain way for that relationship. Because, you know, like, he didn't mean to put pressure on me. Or maybe he did, I don't know. But I assume that he didn't. It doesn't really matter, though, because he did unintentionally or otherwise put pressure on me because he was doing so poorly. You know, it was a matter of how can I keep him stable and, you know, keep him from killing himself. If I talked before about how I felt like if I were able to love him enough and be a good enough best friend and later partner, despite the fact that, you know, it was loyalty beyond my lack of feelings. So that meant forcing myself to be affectionate and prioritize his needs no matter what. And I really like Sylveon. But it evolves with affection. And I was thinking about, you know, what if there was a Sylveon that evolved for its trainer even though it didn't want to, right? So I felt like that, where, you know, I really struggle to set boundaries, and it's nice that other people find me generally approachable when they're not intimidated by the fact that I'm a community admin and game developer. And I like being able to be kind to people and helpful. But it's very difficult for me to understand that as who I am versus who I permanently damaged myself into being. If that makes sense. So I just wanted to explore some of the implications of an Eevee that gets stuck being a Sylveon because she committed to trying to be loyal to despite her own feelings too. Even though it was always going to be an impossible task, like, say, the requests in Scarborough Fair.
I'm home! Huh? Papa's not back yet again? I wonder if he had another challenger. Oh well, Scarlet!
Oh yeah, there's also the gender confusion of this as an element because I'm just, is Scarborough forces herself to evolve into something that she doesn't want. I'd say that that's pretty loyal. The gender confusion was also me transposing some of my trans feelings onto this because I think it's also a little bit applicable there, especially with the physical dysphoria. And also, there's a chance that some of those feelings on my part contributed to me being willing to accept that role in that relationship, where I was still trying to play a very feminine part to make up for not being satisfied with myself at the time.
Did you miss me? You need to come out like a good boy and greet me properly when I get home.
With affection not necessarily being good. That's an interesting read on it, and I don't want to say that that's invalid. I will say that that wasn't my intention. But that's also an interesting, horrible thing to think about. Like, affection being different from friendship, yeah. Oops, did I leave the TV on? Oh, it's about evolutions. Huh? They're only talking about Espeon right now? Gross, who likes that thing? Don't tell me you were actually watching that. Here, come over here. You see this? This is a Sylveon. This is what you need to become, Scarlet. Not that. This. Okay?
She is a child, but I kind of want to fight her.
That's fair. Now, this may surprise anybody, but I kind of think that children make great antagonists because they have the grace that all adults don't get. Now, this is, of course, completely unpredictable from me having two children as the major antagonists of the story, but, I like to throw curveballs here. How old is she supposed to be? Again, ages are fake. I don't know. I didn't pick a number. I just wrote her. How should I know?
That is such a mood, though. Oh my gosh.
She's as old as you think she is. But, it's not that she's trying to do harm. It's that she hasn't learned how to properly respect others, which I think still applies to a lot of very harmful people of all ages.
Sylveon, not Espeon, not anything else. I have to become a Sylveon, don't I? Maybe then she would love me enough to feed me and take care of me.
Oh yeah, because all of the things she admired about the other Eevees, beyond Flareon, are like basic safety and respect things. This
is where I started bawling.
This was also written after my trip to Germany, and some of the things like, not having access to basic resources were probably influenced by that as well. Maybe some stuff when I was a kid.
And she'd be happiest that way. But...
So yeah, my thought here is basically that Eevee doesn't want to be a Sylveon, but for the sake of her trainer, she makes the choice to become one anyway. And has to live with that forever.
As you may know, Ordinarily, it is impossible for a Pokemon that does not love its trainer to evolve through happiness. But love takes more forms than happiness can account for. As it turned out, Scarborough was far from an ordinary Pokemon after all. Mom, Scarlet did it! He finally evolved into Sylveon. Well, I'll be darned. I must say I'm surprised. I told you it would work out. You sure did, Pumpkin. Because Scarlet loves me. I suppose, somehow, he does. After that, everything should have settled down into a make-believe happily ever after. But nothing done for others ever works out quite as it should. Oh, it learns baby doll eyes. Don't you worry about the fairy move. If this is what love is like... Lottie! Edie! Barry! What's going on? Something is growing all across the ward. Hang on, I'll get you guys out of here. Gardevoir, Ozzy, clear a path for us. Edie, take Scarlet and go. What about you? I'll be right behind you. But it's my job to get you out of here safe. That's what love is. I'd rather have never been loved at all. Okay. Papa, I'm gonna jump. I've got you. Isn't it a Pokemon's right? Mom. Lottie, hang in there. No, I'm okay. I can't get out. But you two should go on ahead. Get to safety and come back for me. I couldn't move if I tried. You know I can't. It's their right to choose who they give their love to. Do it for Edie, now! But now... Mom's gonna be okay, right? She will, Pumpkin Spice. She has to be. We'll go back for her, right? I'll go back for her. Just once we... The two did not make it out from that. That was the Jasper Ward takeover. I'm going to be like this forever, aren't I? Some of this is also kind of a reflection of, like, self-blamey thoughts I have. Like, I had the right to not engage in those relationships. And I just didn't really exercise that right for myself.
You were trying to help people.
I was.
I mean, like, you deserved so much better, but it was not your fault that you were hurt like that.
Yeah. I still struggle with that a bit. I hear what you're saying, and I know that the self-blame doesn't help.
No.
But
No, I know. I'm just reminding you as an outside voice.
I appreciate it. Thank you. In the end, only Erie's mother survived. Most of my trainer's Pokemon were recovered or disposed of by Team Meteor, but separated by the girl, Scarborough escaped. I can only assume she fended for herself for some time before finally being captured. Gardevoir? Is someone there? Perhaps you had better show her what you found. But please make no mistake. Scarborough does not belong in this house. Take her to a freedom she has yet to enjoy. How is Lottie's condition? Not great. I imagine it's probably, like, mainly informed by psychosomatic stuff and depression. Perhaps I'm also saying that based on my own mother. A visitor? You'll have to excuse me for not being more accommodating. It's been quite some time since my vitality has left me. How can I help you? This... I see. Thank you for bringing this to me. Scarlet, or was it Scarborough? Is she well? She will be now, goddammit! It's lovely to hear. I suppose keeping her away from here would be best. I know as well as any that my daughter was not as kind to her as she could have been. One can only ever lead a horsey to water.
I suppose in the end she fell in. Thank you for taking the time to bring me what you've found. Please take good care of Scarborough. Can I offer you this for your trouble? I don't exactly make it out to the department store much these days. In a way, it's sort of like he still is. So you have to look out for her. I already failed to. I can. Department store is big. Perhaps. Oh. Sylveon.
And this is when I, like, decided to spoil that Sylveon rotten and keep her on my team forever.
Aw, you're so valid, and I appreciate that.
I legitimately did.
Good. Sylveon can learn over 6 different psychic moves, give Scarborough what she wanted as best I can. I will say, my favorite thing that people do with debug mode is just turn her into an Espeon.
Yeah, that's what she is now.
Yeah.
In my box.
I don't normally approve of debug. Like on one hand, play however you want, but we kind of have an epidemic of it right now. But the girl wanted to be an Espeon. What do you guys think? Should we do that here? I have the power. I think
you should use the power.
Think I should use the power? Do it. Okay. Alright, we can do that. Alright. We'll get that settled for next stream. I'm not actually in debug mode right now, but I can do it. It does give it much better use, and I love Magic Bounce. I also used Espeon on my Gen 5 team, along with Whimsicott. Yeah, we'll do that then. But yeah, this was cathartic to write, and I'm glad that it landed for other people. In various ways, apparently. I kind of don't like that as much as it gets rid of the idea in comparison to the relationship you said. You can't get rid of your previous trauma and will have to live with it as best you can. That's true. And there are some people I know who have avoided changing it to Espeon out of respect to me that way. And if I look at that from a writing standpoint, I completely agree with you, Char. However, fuck the police. I can do what I want. like you know.
And it's kind of cathartic to give this Pokemon, based on some of your bad experiences, a happier ending.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like, I still have to live with that. That doesn't mean the Espeon has to. And the bottom line, really, I'll say, is just, you know, it feels like a nice thought to me when other people do it. That's all. What's one more cheat? So true. You know, this kind of, between the stuff with Saphira and this kind of ended up being a heavier stream than I was expecting. Thank you for being here, Azzie, and also everyone. We are going
Thank you for having me.
Do we have any final questions for Azzie? You gave some kind of dialogue for changing her to an Espeon. It's tempting.
I feel like that would be hard to code in to figure out if it was the same one. Of course, I love cupcakes.
We can go by the OT. The OT is unique.
Okay.
Favorite song?
Don't make me pick one favorite song. I've got so many. Like, it literally changes every day. I haven't found the one you're looking for, Apo. My favorite Pokemon is Shaman. And favorite songs, gosh. I mean, right now, one of them is Far, Far Away by Kobayashi Aika, because it's constantly stuck in my head. Gosh, like, I can't... I love Celtic Woman's cover of Fields of Gold. And... Sam Shui and Casey Breve's cover of Wild Uncharted Waters. I love that one right now, too. Yeah, I'm with my family right now, and it's okay. Hedgehog form, I have a plushie of it, although, like, both forms are good. And I'm actually doing a run of Desolation where I know Debug should not be promoting this, but I have 2 shamans as my only team members in that, and usually I have 1 land form and 1 sky form, and it's always fun. It's always fun to see the 2 of them like work together.
We'll have to trust people to be responsible with the debug reference. It's crazy. Don't break your games, guys.
Yeah. And if you do, at least make sure you have a backup. Trust me,
Yeah.
I've broken mine too many times. Mostly, I mean, in fairness, that was mostly during development. Oh, it's too bad I'm not here for the tournament. Then I could tell people how I broke my game with that, because it was pretty funny.
How did you do that? I forget.
I don't know how to say this without having spoilers, but basically when there was an interface change, the game asked if I wanted to compile, and I couldn't see it asking me that, and I hit the wrong thing, and
Right.
I had to re-download everything from Git.
I remember that now. Oh god.
It was pretty funny.
Yeah.
And my favorite contribution, gosh, I'm not sure. I enjoyed doing a lot of the nightclub stuff, but honestly, Ame specifically told me, because I was worrying too much about like making sure I did a good job. And so for the battle pavilion trainer, she specifically told me to just write as much as I could in a certain amount of time and not worry about it being good.
Mm-hmm.
And in doing that, first of all, I got a lot more done than I had before. But second of all, I actually had a lot of fun coming up with like little stories to tie different trainers together, and I had a lot of fun with that. So probably
awesome.
that was probably just the most fun. I've got a bunch of silly references in there and like silly little stories, and so I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, it looks like you've had fun with it, and it's always just delightful. I think you did, I think, ironically contrary to whatever your anxiety told you, you did such an amazing job with that. And I'm glad that you in particular did that, because I don't think anybody else would have done that well. Not
You're
that
very
specific
sweet.
brand of delightfulness anyway.
It's very sweet. And I appreciate you.
And I
I
appreciate you.
appreciate
Wow.
this whole community.
True. Big shout outs to y'all. All right. I think we are going to call it there. Thank you all for being there. Appreciate you all. We will be back next week, maybe with Crim. We'll see if it works out. Bye, bye, bye.
Bye, friends. Also, gosh, this music is pretty.
Oh yeah, this can be the final note. This is taken Molly's Wish, taken directly from the 3rd movie, because I felt like it matched here, and I was already being emo over it. I really like this song. All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye.